see if we can move or knock everything over. That's also good.
We're live, Cap.
What's that?
We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dire Bear Adventuring Company. I am Captain Sack, a.k.a. Heath, a.k.a. the Dire Bear GM. Welcome to episode 13. You're pointing the wrong direction, Larry. Tonight with me, as always, Maddie as Annalise, Steve as Gillett, Chief as Arneth, Ryan as Lucky Vince, and then returning with us yet again, the long man himself, Larry. I just want to be a Griffin Dixon. When last we left off, and Jack, who is playing Yenfear, will join us here
right now.
Literally right now.
Fucking now.
Is like being called into existence.
Soul brother.
I've been
Right
summoned.
about now.
When last we left off, the party had found the Grand Acadium, found out that it's going to take a few days to translate the ancient text that they had found, had also come across the letter that they had found in the hag's hideout, had something to do with preparations being made underway. Sisters, I have prepared the way for you. This town will soon be ours. We will feed again and grow stronger. Sort of like that, especially whenever they mention being coupled with a power that was there before, long and ancient, and dormant. They also made off with some, for what was some of them the first time, cinnamon toast. Some had slices, some, and I'm going to be looking at Larry, had entire loaves, which were written off with a chit, which Lucky happened to catch just enough of to remake. And later on, when they were returning, or when they were going to the Grand Acadium, they turned Lucky into the police, the King's Legion. He was escorted to the Magister's office into the jail. They went ahead and did their thing with the Grand Acadium, went and found him, and sprung him at the cost of about 700 gold, which he promptly wrote a chit from a Sky Warden's seal to pay for his wrongdoings. Meanwhile, Arneth got a shave and met Rose, who was a lovely lady. Also, Yenfear's mom.
New favorite
That's
mom.
got it going on.
Where they met, where they also met the wonderfully dressed, very charismatic, but also a little bit terrifying Gafton Kane. Leader of the owner of the Silken Sash, the brothel that Rose worked in. He referred to Yenfear as my boy, but we think that's merely a term of endearment.
Sure.
That's one word.
Term of endearment. When the party found themselves gathered once again, they were requested that they stay the evening there at the brothel at the Silken Sash, using Gafton's room. More against their will than they usually would like, or at least they feel they were cajoled into this and not necessarily given a choice. Meanwhile, Aj just faffed off, found the Sky Warden's area. The outpost here for the Sky Wardens has told them that he is interested in becoming something else within their, or possible options for his future now that his rider and companion have fallen. Told to give it some thought and possibly return to the east, to the chasms, to the fight, and see about what options they may have.
He has a said.
We'll wait for Ryan to get his camera. Are you done wrestling that thing? Did you win? Did you pin its shoulders to the mat for the 1, 2, 3?
Hot.
It's a little bit of a war. It's bouncing on top of an apple juice jug right now.
We need to get you
Is that
a
a
tripod.
euphemism?
We need to get you a stand.
Honestly.
Money.
Okay.
So if you
I
like
got
what we
this.
do, please consider supporting us on Patreon.
Do we
Yeah.
have
So
a
Ryan
Patreon?
can get a fucking stand for his webcam.
Hey, this
Gee,
apple juice mug
Ryan.
is working really well.
Can't you just use my writ and go to Best Buy and say the Sky Wardens are paying for this new camera?
Just
And
out now.
I don't
tell
think
me
that
your
works
real
anywhere
life
outside of
critic.
Landsport currently.
It's all right. We're gonna play some real life, and you're just gonna right now live tell me your credit card number and the number on the back.
Yeah.
oh, that's always
Go.
a great idea. Okay. Now I'm trying to figure out the letters to spell out "bite me, fanboy" in numbers.
So, as we dawn on the party, you're standing in the entryway to the Silken Sash. The door closes behind you, which is, to Yenfear, an odd thing since the door to the Silken Sash never closes.
Ever.
Never ever.
There,
Never
standing
ever.
with
No,
his
it's
Never
hands
ever.
Yeah, it's
On his
perpetually
cane.
dilated.
Hmm.
standing there with his hands on his. I'm just shaking my head,
Just everyone's like, no, stop.
looking at the
Yeah.
party with a smile on his face. The short but very stern, even though he's smiling looking, Gafton Kane says, "So, you're gonna take my invitation or not?"
Free rooms. Why not?
That one I like. Come on, then. And he kind of, he goes to reach out to Annalise, but remembers the not so warm reception. So instead takes Yenfear like in the arm. You remember where it's at, right? And he leads you to the third floor. You watch as Yenfear and Rose are bustled off to the third floor. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm following.
All right.
I guess we're following.
Annalise,
I
Gillett.
mean, I'll stay in the same room as Yenfear, but I'll have to consider it you owing me a favor.
Me owing you?
No, your dad thing.
My dad thing. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
No. No. I'll
My
explain
dad
later.
thing. Oh,
No,
oh.
God. Oh. No, God.
And,
Was that in character? I have to know. Was that in character?
Absolutely.
When Gafton goes, "Are you speaking about me?" I wouldn't sire this womb shut. Come on,
so mean.
I've got some business to talk over.
Ooh.
Well,
Business
while
usually involves
we're,
money.
Definitely gonna owe me a favor.
Yeah.
while we're walking up the steps, Arnath is gonna look at Annalise and be like, "You don't recognize me?"
No?
Really?
Where did your facial hair go? Why'd you get rid of it?
Doesn't he look great?
I like
He
your
looks like
facial
10
hair.
years younger. Beautiful. Stunning.
I could always grow it back.
I mean,
Don't do it.
As you're walking, you feel a squeeze at your arm. It's your mom. You look and see she's got your arm. She has a very, very concerned look on her face.
Okay, so I'll lean over. Why are you making that face? What's going on?
Tight-lipped, she says, "I must get him out of the room. When he's gone, we can all talk. We have to get you out of here again.
Okay.
Just go along with me for now, okay? And
Sure.
I hope your friends will go along as well." And you guys finally come to the third floor, the big landing, the 3 big rooms that are there, and he opens up a door that's set in the middle of the wall opposite of where your mom's room was. The door opens, and inside is a very, very beautiful living space. It's also part office. It's got a desk with some chairs. It seems to open up into another room, or it looks like it's kind of the folding partition walls. But behind it, you can kind of make out a bed. It looks a bit like Rose's. It has 4 posters, a huge canopy on the top of it. It's a very beautiful bed. All of the furnishings in this room are fine. The rugs are very, very intricately woven and seem very expensive. Everything in here speaks of someone who has money, is not afraid to show it, at least in this room. He says, as you enter in, he holds the door open and kind of motions everyone in. Grab a seat where you like.
I'll go sit on one of the chairs, I guess.
All right. You see there's a couch, like a settee, and there are several chairs around. There's a room enough for everybody to have a comfortable spot here. And as he walks, as the last person enters in, he shuts the door behind you all. And he says, Rose, my dear, if I'm not mistaken, you still owe me a bit of a debt.
Ooh.
Here's the opportunity for your boy to work it out.
Does everybody have to be involved in this? I mean, I feel
You
like...
can go if you want. I want to be involved in this.
No, Lucky, I don't think you do. You're in enough trouble as it is.
I
don't know
don't think
what you're
this is
talking about.
anybody else's business, to be honest.
Well,
Somewhere I act like I just heard my voice called. What? Not my business? I'll be right there.
you're right. But, considering I don't think you could do the job on your own, you would probably elicit their help. So, why not get them involved from the jump? And that way, the cards are on the table, they know what's going on, and so do you. So, I have a proposition, if you will. It will net your friends some money and lessen your mother's debt to me.
Magic word.
Do I have your attention now?
What would you have us
No.
do?
No.
It's a simple matter. You already know my exploits here are grant me enough power. I've gained enough favor with the right individuals to make myself powerful. But I'm not a flamboyant man. And he really isn't. His dress is nice, but it's not like over the top. I don't think there's enough ruling on the top. Now I want to rule from underneath. But I've got a small bit of a problem. By the name of Harker Demlin.
Harker Demlin. What a interesting sounding name.
That's...
Wait, did he just say he wanted to be a power bottom?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Oh boy.
The problem is he's so short.
He's just so
I'll
short.
be right there.
I mean, doesn't that just make it that much better?
I don't know. It depends. It's positioning of the height and all. Anyways.
Wow. What the fuck are we doing?
So,
Wait till this
Getting
last thing
banned.
starts.
I hired Harker Demlin and the Noose to do a favor for me. They reneged on the deal. I want you to remind them that it's never a good idea to cross Gafton Kane.
Who is this person?
Ah, well,
Yeah, who is this person we've never heard of?
I'm glad you asked. Have you ever heard of the Noose?
Never.
The name actually stems from a longer one called Them Who Slipped the Noose.
Ooh.
An idea that came from those who were to be executed but made their way away from it. Through either subterfuge or outright murder or enough coin being applied that it doesn't apply to them. They've formed a sort of an organization that gets things done on the back end. In the shadows, from underneath. Well, I hired Harker Demlin to get me an object. He told me that he did. Then he said it wasn't enough money for what he wanted. We agreed upon the contract and he reneged. I simply want what's mine. What you do to Harker Demlin, well, that's up to you to decide. However, if things didn't go right, he wouldn't be missed.
We're not just a group of thugs.
I'm not asking you to be. I'm asking you to get back what's mine. At the reduction of her debt, and again, I'll pay you for your time. What do you say? 300 gold apiece.
Wow.
Lucky.
Guys,
Ash isn't there, but from somewhere around you hear him going, "No, Lucky, don't do it." My Ash sense is tingling.
Listen to that little Ash voice in your head, Lucky.
Annalise is gonna
Thing.
glance at Lucky and just, we don't have a choice. We owe
I know.
Ash a lot of money.
well, he doesn't really know that yet.
We is a strong
Yes.
word.
But, okay, I'm not including you, Gillet. He got thrown in on my fault. We talked our way out, and we gotta pay him back.
He
Oh,
will.
so
Wait, what?
You know,
That's
Yamir,
it,
we'll
it's
explain
a
that
long
later. It's
story.
a long
Yeah.
story. This is not the time to be talking about it. Let's just say we owe Ash a sum of
Let's look at it this way,
500 gold.
No, Jack, you know, we're doing this for you.
Who's
Really.
Jack?
Or fucking brain power.
Inferior.
That's the word I'm looking for.
It's me. I'm now an NPC.
Jack, what are you doing here? Yenfear, we're doing it for you.
I don't trust that at all. We'll talk
Probably.
later.
Probably smart. Look,
These are very localized truths.
what is it that you say that he has, stolen from you?
Aaron,
What are we getting?
he didn't steal it from me. He was asked to acquire it for me, and then didn't turn it over. It's a circlet. It fits on your head. Grants someone a modicum of charm and sway over others.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
Itty bitty living space. No,
Really dumb looking headgear.
Oh man.
it's, a trifle, really,
Little
but
rabbit ears.
worth a lot to someone in my position who deals with other individuals. You can understand how something like that might be beneficial.
And if he's
Yeah, I
already
can.
destroyed it or sold it.
If he's destroyed it, then damned on his head. If he sold it, well, we should find out who did that, shouldn't we? You wouldn't want something like that out of the hands of just anybody out there.
Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
really dangerous.
You'd kind of like to know who it is that has that item of power, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And especially if you could keep tabs on them and know what they're doing, and you have leverage because you could actually tell the magisters and the jailers who that individual is.
All of that is true.
Exactly. So that's why you should turn it over to me.
Okay. So
That explains why you're not doing this through the guild. Wait. No.
Oh, I'm
no.
not doing it through the guild. You're right.
If I can ask, who did he steal it from? Acquire it from?
I'm going to ask you this, and you think about this for a moment before you answer. Do you really want to know? And he gives you like a dead-eyed stare. I mean, really?
Yes?
We're going to be hunted for getting it. Then
I mean-
maybe.
maybe the reason he didn't turn it over is because he got into some trouble with the original owners. I wouldn't like to bring that
Cultists
to
or
your
something.
door, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Sounds cursed.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ta-da!
Versus my like 14. Yeah, you're good. He goes, well, you'll probably end up finding out anyways. Have you ever been to the Grand Acadium?
Yes.
Oh wait, yes.
Have you ever been beyond the first floor, particularly the fourth floor, I believe? They've got all sorts of gadgets and knickknacks and bric-a-brac. All sorts of fun things.
So,
Lying about. Nobody watching it all.
huh.
Pretty easy for someone with the right type of skills to sneak in and make off with something that they never even knew was there.
Sweet. That'll be easy for me.
Especially if they haven't had a chance to catalog it at all.
Huh. And they don't know what's missing.
As far as I can tell, no. Not a clue.
Sure. I mean, I'll help. I don't know about the rest, but
He pats you on the shoulder firmly and kind of smiles. He takes your chin in his hands, his thick, muscly hand, and he goes, he winks at you and goes, I knew you'd make the right decision, boy. He's like tilts your head down since you're taller than he is. Fine.
Larry.
I can give you all the information you need.
okay.
Arkadimlan is not a hard man to find if you know where to look.
Well,
I'm
where do we
sure
look
will
then?
find it.
Lucky, you know
That-
that thing where you're talking, where your mouth is moving? Stop that.
Yeah, but
No, just
the thing is,
stop.
This isn't for you to handle.
Okay. I know
Thank
where
you.
Harkadevlin is though.
Wait.
You know where Arkadimlan is?
I thought you didn't know who he was.
I'll be waiting outside.
No, you're not. You're not leaving the room. You're gonna stay
No.
put.
You go to try to leave. When you check the door, it's locked.
Ooh, that's
Awkward.
Also, Annalise is standing by the door.
Hey, I can help. I can help find him. Yep. For
And
you.
You see, he's been talking pretty much to Yenfear the whole time. As soon as you kind of mention that, kind of turns and looks over his shoulder at you. And he says, what was that you said? You
I-
can find him.
Well, sort of, in a sense.
Oh, fuck.
You care to explain?
Not really.
You don't have a choice. That wasn't a question.
Well, he just
No,
asked. You
you
care to
see-
explain?
There's
No.
the...
You see,
Go ahead.
this doesn't pertain to you, Mr. Kane. So, how about you give us the information we need, the location of where you seem to think Harkademlin's going to be, and we'll be able to plan our approach to retrieve the item that you were not given.
He's kind of eyeballing Lucky. Lucky, do you have your full gear on? Like, you have your mask
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything?
Always.
He kind of peers at you, like, not ignoring you, Annalise, but just kind of not really acknowledging an answer yet, or not giving you an answer yet. He peers at Lucky and he goes, without taking his eyes off of him, right, and I give you the information. I've already spoken too much. And this one, and he motions with the head of the cane that he holds. can run off and tell his boss everything he knows.
Not my boss.
Oh?
Nope.
No.
No.
You're telling me you're not a part of the noose.
Nope. Not that I'm not telling you that, but I am not part of the noose, is what I'm telling you.
He gets even closer, and you can see the cane is hovering like just about where your chin is, you know? Just the head of it. It's sealed. It's a polished silver knob on this wooden stick. And he has it like right on your chin. He says, "What's your name, boy?"
Mr. Gascoigne.
That sounds like a load of horse shit if I've ever heard it. What's your name, boy?
Well, my friends call me Lucky. I'm Vincent Gascoigne.
Make a deception check.
Oh, I didn't have my character sheet up.
Oh no!
We all suck.
No good.
Break the tension.
Gascoigne. All right.
I'm mildly confused right now.
He steps back. He steps back a pace away from you. He kind of tilts his head up and he says, "Check down by the Dockwards. There's a tavern there. He's known to frequent."
What's it called?
The Shadowed Well.
The Shadowed Well. Not
The Shadowed
ominous at all.
You can't miss it. It's right on the docks. Look for the ships, and then look right across. He's known to be there a time or two. Larry, all I hear in my head right now is, who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows. Right. Rest up for the evening. I'll have one of the girls bring around something for you to eat. Unless, of course, you'd like some company.
I'm good, thanks.
In which case, they'll bring something to eat anyway.
Wow.
Just refreshments, if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Kane.
Certainly. He holds the door open, and he looks across the room, and he barks out, "Rose! Let's go!" She demurs and tips her head down, looks at Yenfir as she walks by and just kind of gives him a quick shake and then heads out after him.
Arneth is gonna wave goodbye.
She kind of gives you a little... He leaves. The door clicks closed, and you hear the very familiar sound of a key turning in a tumbler as the door is locked.
That man is under the very fascinating impression that we're well adjusted.
Hang on. Just one moment. She's listening for him to walk away.
You hear the distinct sound of the thump of the cane as it moves further away.
I like his
And then
cane.
you hear it on the steps, like the stairs going down.
So, Yenfir, do you care to give us a quick little explanation as to what the fuck is going on here?
Can we kill that guy?
What? Why?
Shh.
What?
Okay, one, we're in his house. We don't talk about killing people in their own houses. And two, we don't talk about killing people in places that we know are not secure. Yenfir, what the fuck is going on? You don't have to tell me everything. Just give me the very brief version so I know what the fuck we're dealing with.
Well, I don't even know where to start. So, this is, bad. Okay. Wait a minute. I have a few questions of my own. Lucky?
Well, we should answer the questions.
We will answer those.
as
I
they come.
promise. First, give me the quick rundown of what's going on. Is that woman actually your mother?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is exactly why.
You did not want to come to Lanceport.
Well, I didn't want to come back here, that's for sure. Listen. He's very dangerous, and he's not as agreeable as he appears at all. And I don't...
Seem pretty nice.
Yeah, lucky
You
he's...
have no idea.
You have...
You have no idea.
Trusting fool.
I really didn't want to get you guys in the middle of this. It's
well,
not
we're in the
fair.
middle of it now, so how do we help?
Just do what he
Plus-
says for now.
We all have problems, so we help you with your problems, and you help us with ours. Because we are a family now.
That's... Okay.
I don't think you understand.
Oh. Sorry. Annalise said okay.
I don't think you understand what he's capable of. I
I
feel
don't
like
think you
guys are
understand what the
approaching
people who
this
are coming for me are capable of. So,
coming from
everyone
you.
has their faults.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. So now that we're caught up on your issues, let's get you caught up on our bullshit, because...
What the fuck did you guys get into?
Alright, here's the basic rundown. This dwarf showed up looking for Lucky, and Lucky just fucking poofed and vanished
Well,
into
hold
thin
on.
air.
What was
Hang
that
on, no,
dwarf's
shut
name?
up.
What was the dwarf's name?
I don't... He never gave his name.
Yes,
He did.
He did, and I don't
I'll give you a
have it written
hint.
down.
It rhymes with Harker Demlin.
Marker
Marker
memory.
It
Demlin.
rhymes with it because it is exactly that.
His name is Harker Demlin, and he's been tracking Lucky down. I don't know why. He just said that
Tracking, hunting.
he... Yeah.
You know.
So... We go to the Grand Arcadium because that's where we were headed to anyway. Lucky sneaks in with us as, in invisible form and doesn't check his weapons like he's supposed to. And, me, being the law-abiding citizen that I am, takes him out front to get his weapons checked. And I may or may not have gotten him arrested.
Not my first time.
You guys,
And then may or may not have used my influence with the Church of Castalia to get him out. And we may
We'll just stop there. It's fine.
We
And
are
we
definitely
may or
omitting
may
the part
not
where
Arrested
she drugged
use-
is
him.
not.
we may or may
Not
not owe a
problem.
great deal of money to Aj.
you guys are fucking fools. Do you understand all the shit you've just disturbed? Are you crazy?
Yes.
I mean, she did omit the part where she drugged him.
That was funny.
Well, I didn't really drug him so much as make him more agreeable.
Hey, it was a good
You
time.
got more of that
He's
then?
already way too agreeable, to be honest.
I know. Okay, look. If we can deal with two birds with one stone.
Is that a pun?
No. If we do this
Yes.
job for Kane and get back this circlet, get the money, deal with
And
the
leave
debt.
town.
It's not a good idea for him to have that.
Oh, I'm
I
well
hope you know
aware.
that.
I don't know about anybody else, but he makes my skin crawl.
I mean,
He
I
was
already
very
planted
happy.
the idea that the thing had been destroyed, so if that happens...
That doesn't solve the us needing money issue, and
Look, I need
Rose.
a new hat, okay?
Is there... Yenfir, you clearly know more about this man than I do.
what
Is
do you
there
want to know?
is there a way that we can not get him arrested, but perhaps instigate an investigation by the local guard into him?
That's funny. We can try, but if you know him at all, which I do,
This is why I'm
he's
asking
prepared.
you.
He's prepared for things like that. It's not that easy. he can pay people off at the drop of a hat. It's a lot easier to
Do what he says.
have people turn a blind eye when you're offering them large amounts of gold.
So what you're saying is, it's do what he says, leave your mother here, and hope to God he lets us take you with us. You do realize I'm not okay with that option, right? I'm not leaving you here.
If anything, we'll just break you out.
I'm not leaving you here, but I can't in good conscience do something against the law. Shut up, Lucky.
I didn't say anything. I just breathed in.
Just breathe.
I'm just breathing.
He thought really loudly.
I'm just
I
having
can't-
loud thoughts in my head.
I can't in good conscience do anything against the law.
I'm not
So if
asking
I
you to
can-
help me.
Hinfir, you have our help whether you want it or not.
Yeah. And we have yours.
Okay, you need to back off, Lucky. You're not helping.
Okay.
I mean, and here's the real kicker. Would you want Arneth to never see your mother again? They seem to hit it off pretty well.
I just want this to be over, honestly.
So what can we do to help?
Play by his rules for now, I guess.
Okay. Well, for now we'll play by his rules. We'll do what he asks.
Hello, everybody. I'm back now, and
Hello.
I'd like to share a cameo appearance with you for all of you fans out there. This is the lovely and talented Mercedes Lackey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
That's who I'm sharing the room with. So Mercedes
Bless.
Lackey says hello.
Awesome.
Thank you for that interlude. It was well worth it.
All right.
So,
So we'll play by his
Yeah.
rules for now.
Yeah.
And we
The bad news is you now owe 15% to our agent.
oh no.
Get with my people.
Yeah,
Have your people call our
see
people.
my people. And
15% of our profits.
what's the? Oh wow! So both
15% of
quarters.
zero still?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
50% of zero. Ah, yes, it's zero. Okay. Well, I'll think of something. Just, I need more time to
then we'll buy you that
figure it
time.
out.
We'll buy you that time.
Plus, this like headband of making people likable doesn't really sound too like, oh no, you know?
Lucky, let me put it to you this way. If you have a disagreeable man who has a lot of money and is usually only getting his way because of money, and you give him a circlet that's going to make everybody like him, he immediately becomes the most powerful man in a city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not see a problem with this?
I mean, we're getting paid for it, so no.
I'm gonna just gently touch Lucky's shoulder and just be like, if you do anything to put any of us in danger, including my mother, I'll fucking kill you myself. You got it?
You'll try.
Lucky,
I'll kill you myself.
I'm pretty sure that he would succeed. Okay. Then I guess
I'm not going to do it, but one day we should spar.
Maybe when I'm not worrying about whether or not all of you are going to die. Thanks.
I would
I'm not so
love to
worried.
spar with you, Lucky.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Your ridiculous strength rolls.
All right.
All right, you can fantasize about wrestling later.
Ooh.
Okay. We need to come up with a
There's
plan.
plenty of oil here, I promise.
We need to come up with a plan. Lucky can't be seen by Gafton. Harker Demlin. Fuck, not Gafton. Lucky can't be seen by Harker Demlin.
Well, I
don't
can
know.
just hide back.
I don't know why
Yeah.
Harker wants to see him.
Neither do I.
Well, that's encouraging. Gillet, how do you feel about a little falsity?
A new one?
Well, Harker Demlin knows who we are. So if we come in and tell him that Lucky gave us the slip, we at least have a way in to talk to him.
Hmm. Or no, I don't want to be a hostage. I was gonna propose like a "we got him" type thing, but
Yeah, let's not do that.
I think that's a great idea. I don't know about you.
I think that's.
oh,
a
you're willing to put
terrible
me in
idea.
danger, but no one else?
Yeah.
That's so mean.
I mean, it's kind of silly to offer a hostage when he just wants to kill the hostage, probably. So
I don't think he wants to
No.
kill me. I think he wants to make me suffer for a very long time.
What did you
Oh well,
do?
I'm willing to do that. I don't know about you. Yeah.
Why
What
are
did you
being so
do?
mean today?
He's under a lot of stress, Lucky. Have a little
Yeah, but
empathy.
it's all directed at me.
It's
hurting my
because you're
feelings.
literally the only one who's talking.
No.
What did you do to Harker Demlin to make him want to hurt you?
And don't lie.
I mean,
So if you were to take a wild guess, what would it be?
You slept with his wife.
Oh, no.
I love how you just went there first.
That
Like,
sounds
I
like
don't
something
think
you'd do.
that are out
Just
there.
imagine why most people don't like me.
Because
Because
you're
you
a
stole
Stole
lying
something
cheat.
from him.
did you try to sell his wife to Gafton?
No,
I like how you went
successfully
there.
sold this one. Yennefer got it.
What did you steal?
Do I ever know what I'm stealing?
You must by now.
You must.
Not really. I have a bag bunches full of shit. I don't know what's in here.
Are
How about we look through your bag right now?
Yeah. I
We
think that's
literally
a great
do
idea.
not have time for that.
I mean, we
I'll
have the
dig it
rest of
through
the
my bag.
evening. Why not?
We do have the rest of the evening.
Yes.
I'll dig through my bag, I guess.
How about you just dump
Okay.
everything out?
That
Yeah, just dump
sounds
it
like
out.
a bad idea. If he steals as much as he says he does, that sounds like a terrible idea. Okay, so
How do you... Hold on.
/whisper space and then
Right.
GM or /W space GM.
so
We're whispering, whisper.
No,
Okay.
we're not.
so Gillet, then we will get in and talk to him. Tell him that we've got a couple leads on where Lucky went, because we want to make sure that this man has this conversation that he wanted. And then we can
Whose plan of any?
inquire at least about magical items and what one might be able to do to procure them.
Hmm.
It's a start. Yennefer, actually, you might be able to assist us, as you are more persuasive than the rest of us.
Sure, I'd be happy to.
I tend to shoot first and ask questions later.
I know.
Or never. Whatever.
That's what I love about you. You're just so powerful.
You're a go-getter.
Go getter.
You just
So-
go, you do it.
I'm going to act like hired muscle, as it were. I won't
If
say
actions
much.
speak louder than words, then Annalise is screaming all the way.
Nice! Nice, Ryan. That's,
That didn't work the way you wanted it
You
to.
did so well.
10.
It's a secret.
Okay, you tried.
10 out of
Name
10.
for effort.
Well, it's kind of vague. Don't worry.
It is
I've
Know
got
what
vague.
he was asking me.
So
Con-
it's
Considering
slash.
Lucky as a character, that was actually completely in character.
So if you go /W,
I wonder.
Ryan?
No, So
Slash
Lucky says a lot.
W.
I think I stole something from them too.
Literally just scroll up and it'll tell you what the command is in the green box.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
he sees it, so that's all I really need.
/W space.
You're
and
so amazing.
Oh, I
Yes.
put the slash after. That's why.
Yeah. You put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. All right.
Oops.
So, any other questions that you have to throw at one another for the evening?
How
We
pretty
never
am
talked about what
I?
Yennefer did.
How pretty am I? I don't know. Roll a pretty check.
I don't
I
think there is a
do that?
Charisma saving throw.
deceit and conceit are two different things. That charisma check. Just standing in the mirror looking at yourself.
That's really how beautiful everyone thinks I am.
You're pretty fly for an orc guy.
Is my mom busy?
We're lucky.
You don't know. You will
said
have
the door
to,
was locked,
the door to your room is locked.
and it's between her room and my old room, sort of.
So the way that it works is the hallway is the upstairs is a landing. You have two walls on opposite sides. There are two doors or two rooms on one. His room takes up the whole other side of the third floor.
Oh, okay, got you. So it's like kind of over here, and then the two other rooms are over here.
Right, exactly. Like if you're standing in a hallway that's, let's say, 20 feet from end to end,
Mhm.
and it's 10 feet wide, you have two rooms on the left side, one room on the right. You're on the right side on that one room.
Okay.
The other two rooms are your mom and your old room.
Okay. The door's fucking locked. What the fuck?
Ask Lucky to unlock it.
Because that's
Okay.
always gone so well.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Oh.
collapse a building.
Do you want to try to? Are you going to ask him to unlock the door?
I'm literally watching him doing this.
Well, if I see Yinfir kind of just like eyeballing the door, I will ask Lucky. It's like, please, will you unlock the door?
Is that what Yenfir wants?
It's what I want.
Oh, well.
We're friends. You would do this for me, right?
I thought we were family. Did I get demoted?
You
Oh,
want to be family?
I was the one who said it.
That means I can hug you.
Yeah, sure. And I won't steal from you.
I'm just looking at them
Wildly
like, okay.
I put my hands in the air so that they can hug
Wave
me.
them as if you
So they
don't
know
know.
that I'm not. That they're not.
it's
I'm
the
not stealing from
safety
them.
hug position. You've got your hands interlocked up in the air, so that way they can hug you, and they know you won't steal anything from them.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna hug Lucky, and then
I
I'm
have
gonna
a
lift
feeling
him
that-
up. I'm gonna lift him up and carry him over to the door.
What are you
Sit him
guys
down.
doing? What are you
Why
guys
don't
doing?
I have the feeling that Arneth is one of those deep huggers with the arm up and down the back, so it's like,
Yeah.
More of
Really
the
Pat,
crushing,
Pat,
Vertebrae.
Crushing, rib breaking.
No,
Just-
don't squish me.
back cracking.
I'm
Alright.
fragile.
you can unlock the door if you have tools. Do you have lockpick tools?
Oh boy, do I.
You know, I if you guys don't manage to get it open, I have an idea. Anyway.
I'll try and unlock it with these tools.
Yeah, you unlock it. This one's actually pretty easy for you. This is child's play.
Do you
Yeah.
want to be invisible?
I'm gonna pat Lucky on the back.
Me?
Yeah.
I live here. No, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'll be
but
right
we're
back.
locked in here.
I
for a
don't
reason.
care. You know what? You stay here. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna stay here, but I thought you said Captain Kane was dangerous,
Um,
and he locked us in here.
listen. If
It's
anybody
more-
knows how to deal with him, it's me. Okay.
And,
Alright, I'm just trying to think ahead for once. I'm sorry.
and I'm pretty sure he locked it so
Sit
nobody
your ass
else
down.
comes in here.
Just
We
lock
were
the
not
door behind me.
Locked
I
in.
turned myself invisible. I just wanted to do it.
Okay, have fun, children. I'll be
Who's
right back.
who's opening the door?
Me?
Okay,
Is it bugged?
you reach
Is
up,
there a
DJ
ball?
thunder damage.
you turn, and roll a reflex. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God!
wrong game system. Anyways, you unlock you open the door. It's quietly opens. You look out in the hallway. Nobody seems to be there. You see a little bit of light coming under the doorway from your mother's room.
Okay. Does it look occupied?
All right, what are you looking for? A sock on the doorknob? I mean,
Yeah, is there a sock on the door? The
no,
universal.
there's not a universal sign of we're busy
Okay.
in here banging. Don't knock.
Okay. Thank God. I'm just gonna kind of scuttle
Sneak
over.
across. Okay.
Yes, and knock.
You rap lightly on the door, and you hear from the other side, a moment.
Should we put a sock on our door?
Sure.
You,
It's a bit early for that, but like, sure, whatever.
just all of you.
Do not disturb.
Anyways, there's a breath of a moment when you hear from the other side, Yenfir, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
The door opens up, and they're standing in. She's changed her outfit now to more of an evening wear kind of thing, but she's standing there in front of you. Quickly, come in. Where are the rest of your friends?
They're in Gafton's room. I told them to stay behind.
Okay, that's fine. Quickly, come in. And she takes your hand and guides you in, and the door. She looks again up and down the hallway real quick, and then closes the door. She leads you over to the far opposite wall where there's the window. Again, it has the dowel rods that help to keep the fabric in place whenever one of the shutters are lifted up. And she says, "I made it so that we can undo these. I hate to sound cruel, but I don't care about your friends, but you must get away. If he gets his hooks in you, you know you'll be indebted to him for the rest of your life, like I am. All it takes is one small promise, and the next thing you know, you'll owe him."
About that.
No. What is it?
Right before I left, he kind of, I said it'd work for him. And he started teaching me all of the stuff that he was involved in aside from this business.
You watch as her shoulders, proud as they are, even in this atmosphere, fall, and she hangs her head, her ringlets falling forward as she does. She says, "So you already know what sort of things he's mixed up in. And yet, I tried my best to get you away, and you came back. I'm not angry. I'm not angry.
I'm just disappointed.
I'm worried, of course, as a mother should be. I'm concerned. How well do you trust those individuals, the ones that you've fallen in with?"
I don't think I trust anybody with my life more, honestly. They had no reason to come back for me, and they did, so.
It's true. He looks to topple Harker Demlin, to take over the noose here. He already has the ships that they use for import and export under his control. The captain's gaining favors here, favors from him, if you know what I mean. We've seen the council members come and go and their advisors, and I can only imagine what sort of information he has on those individuals. And you know he is bloodthirsty. You know that he will find out everything he can about your friends.
I know, that's what I'm worried about. They wouldn't leave.
She puts a hand to your face, cupping it. She says, "That's admirable. I like them.
Me too.
Just don't give him any
They'll be
information."
delicious.
Oh,
And-
fuck. Don't give them any God damn it.
Don't give him any information, or if you can avoid it, as little as possible. The item that he wants. I don't know. I trust your judgment to do with that what you wish.
I'm thinking of renegotiating the terms of that.
And she kind of pats you gently on the arm, is like, "Oh, my poor boy." She says, "Good luck with that one."
Oh, I might be able to get him something better. I'm just...
What do you mean?
Yeah, he has to go, but so do you.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh. What if, alternately, the silken sash were to pass into someone else's hands? Someone...
Are you kidding?
I'm not that old.
That's not what I'm saying. You really want to be responsible for all of this thing, especially with the reputation it has.
Despite my living in lofty heights as I do in this place, I do care about those individuals who work under him. They are akin to me. They owe him some sort of debt. They owe him some sort of favor. This is how he extracts it upon them. Some of them, this is the only way of life they know. If he were to die, or expire, or leave town, or any other thing, where would they go? This is their home. This is all they've known for years. There's things to be considered whenever you topple someone. And that's one of them. Maybe I could watch over it until I find someone who I feel is caring as I am. I do believe this place needs a good matron and not another patriarch.
You might be right, but...
I'm your mother. I'm always right. That's rule number one. And rule number two, as you know, is if mother is wrong, see rule number one.
I know. I don't want anyone to get hurt.
My sweet boy, people will always be hurt. That's the unfortunate side of life. We just do our best to mitigate it with whatever we can. It seems like you've done pretty well for yourself. Look,
Yeah.
for now, as much as it pains me to say the following words, work for him in whatever capacity you need to. Under whatever guise you need. We'll reconvene when we've got more time.
Okay.
She clutches you close to her, kisses your cheek. You feel a little wetness on the side of your face. And she,
Oh,
She takes
sorry,
a-
that was from a previous customer.
she
Wow.
sniffles, clears her throat. I'm not even going to acknowledge that was said. She tips her chin up
Thank you.
and steps you back a pace. Now, go, before he finds you not in there.
Okay.
All right.
And I leave.
She ushers you off and shuts the door. Actually, as you leave, she leaves behind you. She goes, I still have a job to do. And you see as she goes down the stairs, the long gown trailing behind her, the shawl wrapped and flowing off of her arms as she walks. Very stately down the staircase. You stand at the top of the stairs for a moment. As she reaches the very bottom, you hear like an eruption, a cheer, a celebration, a recognition of her arrival into the foyer.
The bitch is back.
The queen has arrived. You make your way back into the room.
Yes.
All right.
I have been relaying all the intricacies of cinnamon toast to Arnath, I imagine he has not had it either.
I haven't. I'm so jealous.
You're very interested now.
Oh
May
yeah.
not be
Gotta
any
break that
cinnamon
tension
toast in
down.
here, but there's some jelly.
There's lots and lots of jelly.
So
jelly.
jelly.
There's both K and Y.
Oh my lord.
You and I need to go back tomorrow and get me some of this cinnamon toast that you've been going on about.
Cinnamon
All right.
toast.
Is
Agreed.
there anything else that you'd like to discuss or do, or anything else? for the night?
I am going to. Okay. I don't really want to get everyone involved, but I'm going to just take Arneth aside. And,
You can find a quiet corner of the room.
yeah.
May I also be there?
Absolutely not.
I'm invisible though.
He is invisible.
Hold on.
He believes completely.
I
that
was
he is
asking the GM.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, will you
Give me a stealth
type
check.
GM whisper dash? Can I be invisible?
Whisper GM / can I invis? How to invis.
I can't even.
An instruction manual by Lucky.
I
Wave
might
fingers.
I might cock block you, Ryan, sorry. May I drop the E?
Very good.
Now he's just making
Wow.
a joke.
Oh,
Wow.
So let me
give me a stealth check. And
Ooh.
then let's have Jack and Arneth. Let's have Yinfir and Arneth give me a perception check.
Perception.
Perception. With disadvantage
Okay.
because he is invisible. All right.
Alright. Does
Yinfir,
Chief
you pull Arneth aside. With your one, you have no idea what's going on. Your thoughts are so preoccupied with this what you have to get out of your head. You're ordering your thoughts and things like that, so you're not really paying attention.
Mhm.
Arneth, as you're being pulled aside, you're still thinking about cinnamon toast, but something. Maybe it's the way that you hear a thump as somebody bumps one of the posters on the bed, one of the 4 posts on the bed, and you turn and you kind of know with some surety that Lucky might be around or nearby.
Before you say anything, Infir, is this talk just between you and I?
yes.
There's a
Shit.
third person here.
He's still here, isn't he?
He
Yeah.
never
No.
left. He just never dropped
Lucky-
the invisibility
Lucky,
because
I'm
he's
gonna
an
need you to
asshole.
fuck off right now.
I told you my secrets. I want to know yours.
Lucky, get over here.
Nobody can
Okay.
see you. You're just this disembodied voice going, I just want to know what everything's going
I
on.
go fine, and then I cast minor illusion to make the sound of footsteps walking towards Elise.
Oh, nice.
Wait.
Fucker.
Oh,
Wait.
I hate him. I hate
Hold
him
on.
so much.
I hate me too.
I absolutely love how Ryan plays him, and I hate him so much.
Everybody loves Lucky until they have to interact with him.
And they're like, God damn it. Such a
Lu-
piece of shit.
Lucky is the best character concept, but the worst character.
I'm not.
The annoying little brother. Exactly what I was born to play.
Ugh,
All right.
honestly.
Explains a lot.
You hear the sound of
Oh.
footsteps walking away, and it's quiet for a moment.
I'm still.
You're fine.
I have a quarterstaff, so I'm gonna take that out. Just give it a swing around.
All right.
Hang
How
on.
close-
Hang on.
How,
Because
how
I
close-
just checked this.
Are you-
Invisibility is a concentration spell,
it is. Minor
Which means-
illusion is also
which
a
means you can't
concentration spell.
cast minor illusion and maintain your
So
invisibility.
you make the sound
You
of
could
footfalls
try.
walking away, and as soon as you do that, you realize
Well, can't you make a concentration check?
you
No, 'cause
can't
you can't-
concentrate
Yeah,
on
you
two
can't
spells. You can't divide your concentration between the two of them.
You tried.
Oh, but it's Lucky. He can pay less attention to everything.
No, minor illusion is not a concentration.
Yeah,
Oh.
see?
It just lasts for 1 minute.
Sorry.
No, but it's still effective. You can't cast another spell when you're concentrating on something else.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
You can cast
Yeah, you can't
non-concentration.
cast.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't cast another concentration.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, but okay.
Listen, they're casters. It doesn't need to make sense.
Once you've cast the spell, the concentration is the one phrase that you repeat over in your head to make sure that it stays there. But it
I'm like
doesn't
that
mean
kid that
you're
can juggle 3
absolutely
Rubik's cubes
using
while solving
all
them.
of your abilities. It's like it's okay. So today we were watching a movie, and I automatically started translating from Spanish to English. It didn't take any concentration to lose anything in the movie. I could still concentrate on the movie when I heard this. It's just something that automatically happened.
Yeah.
All right. So you hear the sounds of footfalls walking away.
Hmm.
I still
I-
say swing my cornerstone.
Ian Fair,
Yes.
you do realize this room's not very big, right?
No, it's pretty big. It's about 20 feet across the length of it.
Yeah, if I'm gonna whisper, I can whisper. You know what though? I don't trust anybody. Anybody to just keep their fucking noses out of my business. So
Hold on a second.
It hasn't occurred to
holding.
anyone to write.
Or even better yet, that you have other languages.
Oh yeah.
Golly. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the metagaming griffin on the land?
the metagaming
The question is, what does Yenfear speak?
I have Elvish.
Not a lot.
Lucky
So if
also
you
has
wanna-
Elvish, because Lucky is an elf.
Yeah.
Half.
But
So I
still,
only speak half of the Elvish.
It-
No, that's
he
not
only
how
knows
it
the
works.
curse word.
I know a little bit of Elvish.
I know
English
enough
and
to
bad
swear.
Yeah, it was an elective. I learned the consonants.
Hmm.
He knows how to ask for wine. Where's the bathroom?
Help! I'm being stabbed.
And
Yeah,
all of the curse words.
I was going to hold on. I was going to. I'm going to use sending.
Okay.
So
In the same room. Oh my god. I
so
love
get
it.
fucked.
You guys are
and-
the best.
I'm going to relay as much of my conversation with my mother as I can in what is it, 25 words or something?
Yeah, so you're basically trying to Twitter out.
Yeah, I'm tweeting.
You're
To Arnett.
tweeting using sending.
Yes, in his
Amazing.
mind.
That's great.
Huh.
You get the gist that this is great. I
It really
I love you
is.
guys. I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
It basically Gafton Kane, untrustworthy. Need to flee. Work for now.
Give
he
me a
must
sandwich.
die.
He has to go. We pick the way. We decide which way. Mom takes over.
XOXO with love
XO.
and fear.
And just a nod to Sam Regal. You can reply to this message.
Yes.
So you're sitting in the corner after originally being brought over. Question mark?
I missed what you said.
Say again, Cap.
Oh, you after being drug over to the corner, then told, "Oh wait, never mind," and being let go. You have this message being sent to you over the airwaves, like whispered in your ear. The words that I kind of just gave you a moment ago.
I'm going to. Let's see.
And you can reply in my mind, right? Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's just reply to
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Is your
Well-
intelligence at least 1?
Yes,
There we go. Then you're good.
at least
Intelligence is 0.
you would be dead.
You'd be a slug, a sea slug.
Are you in a coma?
The modifier.
Well, I mean, you know.
Oh. Some
All right.
days, you know.
Okay, I'm just gonna lean down and give Yinfir a little forehead boop. And just think
Aw.
back, I'm with you.
Thank you. Thanks, man. True friendship.
Arneth is like my head, this buff, like brawny half orc who's just the sweetest guy.
He's a big teddy bear. He
Yep.
really is.
Without
Guys.
facial hair now.
You didn't say
No.
anything.
All right.
I pinch your cheeks and I walk away.
Anything else for this evening?
I just saw little Sims plus over each head.
Yeah, there you go. Are you guys gonna participate in the Bacchanalia? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's not a thing. Never mind.
You bring
That's a very obscure
me.
Greek joke.
No, I understand what the Bacchanalia is.
Hell yeah, orgies,
I have no
drinking,
clue.
frenzies.
Was
I mean,
there
we are
any
here.
food brought for me?
Is the orgy or the drinking the frenzy?
Yes.
Both.
Ah!
Yes.
One
Yes,
limit.
answer, as always. Food is brought. There is the sound of a key being fitted into the hole, into the slot,
We didn't
and
relock it.
then you hear the sound of it tumble, but like it just turns, and then you hear a. Huh. You hear the key being removed from the lock, and the door opened. In walks a young lady of human elvish descent, half elven. You know her as Valen. She's one of the ones that's been here for a while. She smiles at you, but she doesn't really say anything. She just kind of sets down a tray of different foods, meats, cheeses. You know, there's some breads and things like that. No, there's no cinnamon.
Thank
Oh.
you.
There are pitchers of drink. There's water. There's some wine. There's some ale. She leaves, and shortly behind her comes another young half-elf that you know. Her name is Aliyah, and you do know her as well. And she kind of, again, gives you that same hat kind of thing. She just, kind of nods at you and smiles. She, as she gathers up, she brings in bedding, a few sheets, a couple of pillows that are in her arms, and she sets them down. She clasps her hands and in a very kind of a squeaky voice, "Is there anything else that we can get for you this evening?"
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Excellent. And she turns, and as she comes to the door, she says, Kara and Karn may be by later to see to your needs. If you so have anything that you would need from us. And with that, she leads. The names you don't know those two names, Kara and Karn.
Okay.
The door is closed, and you hear the sound of the key in the tumbler, and it clicks
What
lock.
did she mean
Yeah.
by needs?
Wow.
Look
Make it
where you
intelligence
are.
Beth?
Huh?
Can you have a birds and bees talk?
Yeah, make a perception check.
No, make
using
an intelligence
dice
check.
with advantage.
Who?
Intelligence. Make an intelligence check, you.
Okay.
Just click intelligence.
Intelligence. 10.
He means favors of a sexual nature.
So I ask it, and then there's just a sudden look of understanding. It's like, oh.
What does that mean? Did they all just kind of look at you for a second? You go, oh, right.
It's like,
Yeah.
did you not get the brochure when you came in?
You didn't get the
Here's the-
card with all the half-naked ladies.
Like,
Like,
Arneth thinks this
Catalog.
is just a weird
Yeah.
tavern.
yeah, this is a really fancy tavern. Wow.
Really fancy
Not
place.
even-
Everyone naked.
Not even thinking about it, okay?
Yeah.
Like Arneff's like, why are all these people barely dressed? This is the weirdest serving wenches I've ever seen.
Honestly.
Is that woman's tit out? What's happening?
That lady's not wearing a top. It's sanitary. Does she serve
Can you
food?
do that here? Yes, you can.
It's like, oh, she
Yes.
must
Nobody's
be
wearing a
hot.
hairnet.
She must be hot.
What happens if you
Please.
spill soup on yourself?
So
It'll burn. That's skin on. This is ooh.
Okay.
All
I
right.
am unfazed, clearly. But
Annalise,
that's
Annalise
funny.
will shake her head and just, if any of you wish to partake, for the love of God, please don't be a screamer.
Wow.
She doesn't
Yen-Fu,
judge.
you would know
She
that
just
they have
wants to
individual
sleep.
Rooms for such a thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it here. Mm-mm. Ugh.
Oh, you're telling me you don't like when people watch you, Yunfir? That's good to know.
Ugh.
Not an exhibitionist.
Are you?
It would not surprise me if he was.
Honestly.
Well, I feel insulted.
Don't be insulted. It takes all kinds.
Whatever floats your boat there, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't have a boat.
It's
Not
You,
a boat fetishist.
You
Not
dine.
a boat fetishist.
You enjoy the food. You enjoy the drink. It is quality, high
Busy.
quality stuff.
Delicious.
Are you guys keeping a watch of any kind, or are you just gonna sleep?
Mm.
Annalise is going to.
Should we?
Just imagine Annalise sitting against the wall watching the door,
I tell her she doesn't need to because.
but like not directly across from the door, at an angle to it. So as soon as it's opened enough to fire a bolt through, she's just that person's catching an arrow. That person's catching fletchings.
Yep.
All right. So you sit and you watch for the evening, right? Give me a perception check.
Not with that.
Towards a few hours after the food and drink were brought up, there is another sound of a lock in the key in the door. It opens and in walks a very pretty woman, human, and a very pretty man, human as well. Both of them favor each other. You can assume that this would be Kara and Karn that they were speaking of earlier. They make inquiry into your personal needs.
No. Unless any of you... Are the rest of the... Is everybody else asleep?
I don't know. Are you guys asleep yet?
I'm knocked out. On the floor.
Arnett is out cold on the floor, clutching a pillow, curled up in the fetal position.
I'm just kind of kicked back on the couch right now.
Okay.
Gillet's
Gillet,
He's
asleep
trying
next
to
to the door.
they open the door, scoots over.
Lucky? Do you
Yeah,
wish
I'd
to
be trying to
partake
sleep.
in
Are you
carnal
asleep
pleasures?
or wait?
No, I'd be asleep.
No,
they-
we're all good here.
All right. They nod and close the door. You hear the sound of the lock in the door again. Give me, both of you who are awake, give me a perception check again, please. Much better. You hear muttering outside.
I am going to quietly haul my boots off
Okay.
and go up next to the door.
It's a brief muttering sound, as though someone were saying just a few words or phrases, and it stops.
She'll go back over and crouch next to the couch where Yinfir is and just quietly whisper, I know this is a brothel, but this is the 3rd floor. No one should be up here.
Well, I mean,
There was, what, 3 rooms up here? This one, your mother's, and what I'm assuming is yours. Your old one. So there shouldn't be any muttering outside of our door.
Jack, or Yenfir, you would recognize it as some of the words were from an arcane, from the language of the Arcana, as though a spell were being cast.
Fucking record scratch. Wait, what? It didn't sound like, what is happening to you, dude?
Yenfir,
Like,
you would recognize that would be the language of the Arcana, as though a spell were being cast.
I think somebody's casting spells.
Outside of our door?
Yeah.
Should we wake them or just check it out on our own?
I don't want to wake them yet.
Okay.
They're bringing the door to life.
Annalise is gonna put her boots back on.
Are those the ass-kicking boots?
Yeah. It's more so like she feels more secure with her footing if her boots are on.
The door's locked again?
The door is locked. You heard the key turn, and then as soon as you heard the key turn, you heard the muttering sound of somebody casting an incantation of some sort.
Does Gafton know magic?
Not that I know of.
Yes, it does.
Plot twist.
Oh!
Did he just... What's the chances that he just put an alarm on that door?
Give me an arcane check.
On the assumption that he knows magic.
You know it was a spell, but the words of that particular spell you don't know, so you could be. You don't know. You don't know enough about it. I don't believe it's a spell you have in your repertoire.
If only you knew someone that could cast detect magic at will.
You're asleep.
That was Ryan talking.
Yeah,
That was
metagaming
OC.
dreamer.
I can cast detect magic at will.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Ignore that. Just looking. I'm just looking through my spell list.
I don't know. That would be kind of fun to just, if they're still directly outside, just cast that, and suddenly there's a chicken in the hallway.
Suddenly there's a chicken in the hallway. Yeah.
It can't move or do anything, but there's just a chicken in the hallway.
They're like, wait, what the fuck?
And it's like a shitty 8-bit chicken too.
Yeah, my minor illusion skills need a little work. It's a little rusty.
No, it's just minor illusion. That's
It's
unfortunate.
just the way it is. Everything's like Atari.
It looks like Hey from Moana. Just
Oh my lord. Okay.
boat snack.
I think.
Oh, you can create a sound. Did the roof just sneeze?
Achoo! That's a good idea. But
Son of a sneeze. Achoo, son of a sneeze.
Oh, I need to rewatch that.
All right.
you know what though? I'm probably, since I don't have anything in my spell list. Annalise, do you have anything that can see if there's anything cast on this door?
Well, I've got a purple potion that I don't know what it does.
Let's not test it out when
Yeah.
everyone's sleeping.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have quite the grip on my powers as I would like. The spell casting, it comes when I have a more firm grip on it. So unfortunately, I'm of no use here.
I look at Lucky.
Maybe kick him awake.
You had me at kick him.
Smack the
Well,
ground.
I'm not
time.
gonna kick him. I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna shake his shoulder.
Cover,
Slap him on the cheek.
cover his mouth to make sure he doesn't make a noise.
Shh!
The very first thing he does. Sorry.
What?
I need you to do something for me.
Didn't they have prostitutes for you downstairs?
No. Ugh, just shut up.
Yes, but wait.
Lucky.
You're not awake.
Someone just cast something on the door. After making sure we were locked inside.
Yeah?
I need you to find out what it is and if it's going to cause any trouble if we dispel it.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I can find out that specific of a stuff, but I can tell you what school of magic it's from.
Just do it.
Okay. I go up to the door.
Will there be a door left?
I hold my Sword of Omens and cast Sight Beyond Sight.
That's lovely. Thank you for that one.
No problem.
You've just endeared yourself to
back.
me a bit more. I just imagine you holding it up in the blade, and they're like looking at you crazy as the hilt goes.
Korma, give me Sight Beyond Sight.
Come on.
Don't
Abjuration.
actually say that. Abjuration, and I can detect magic, so I can like see the like arcane glow of it.
Yes. You can tell that, and it's not the entire door. You see just the outline of the door framing has some sort of abjuration spell cast upon it.
Crikey, look at this.
Abjuration.
I say that.
Abjuration.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely spell in the door.
Okay.
Yeah, Larry, I think you'll be fine. Abjuration. Abjuration, you know, Lucky, and as he tells you that's abjuration, Yenfir, abjuration is usually used in like protection magic or out of game buffing and protection and warding and things like that.
Okay.
You said it was around the
So-
door frame?
Yeah, that seems like protection and stuff like that. An alarm spell would probably be something like that's cool. That makes sense to me.
He's making sure we don't leave.
Or maybe he's making sure no one breaks in here. Maybe he's protecting us.
Lucky.
No, I highly doubt that. He
Don't
makes
be
my skin
naive,
crawl too-
please.
My skin crawls
Do
too
I be
much to
nice or
believe
do I be
that.
mean? What do you want from me?
No.
God.
No. We're telling you not to be naive.
Yeah, but
I just don't want you to get hurt.
I'm thinking the best of him, you know?
He's not a good man.
From what you say.
Okay, Lucky.
From what I
So there's a
know.
lot of people that would say I'm not a good person.
Lucky. What kind of man keeps a woman here after she's given birth to a son because she owes him a debt and forces her to sleep with people to pay off that debt? That is not a nice man. Anyway, that's not the point. He's making sure we don't leave.
Well,
He's
That's a
making sure
problem.
we don't leave without him knowing.
Is there a window in this room?
There
Right.
is.
How high up are we?
And- Third
You
floor.
you're almost 40 feet in the 12, 24. You're
Well-
close to 30 feet above the ground.
Is the
Okay.
bed near the window?
No. The couch is nearest to the window.
just a quick question. Did I get a short rest in the time where I've been sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to dispel it?
Can you?
Yep. Sorry, I'm really enjoying being super useful.
It's my time to shine.
Yeah.
You know what?
Hello, world.
Let's for now, let's hold it in our back pocket.
I have more than one back pocket.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
just
going to be
pick
honest
one.
with you.
Pick one.
Pick the lock?
No.
Or pick
Are you, did
Pick
you go
your
to school
pocket.
at all? Okay, I don't say this to be mean. I promise. Did you have any formal education?
No,
growing
I
up?
ran away from home long before then.
This makes sense. Okay.
We don't have time to educate him.
I wasn't suggesting that. I'm just saying I think we're gonna have to be a lot more literal with how we
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so hold
one.
on. Whose pocket am I picking?
No,
Nobody's. It's okay.
No,
It was just an
Lucky.
expression.
Lucky, it's an expression. What I want you to do is I want you to not use dispel until we tell you. Can you do that for us?
Mhm.
Okay, you can go back to sleep.
Okay. Night, guys.
All right. Rest of the night passes with no incident, no one else bothering or knocking at the door. All is quiet in the third floor of the Silken Sash. As you poor neglected bird folk, you have been keeping your time with some of the other griffins, doing the fun things that griffins do when left to their own devices. Mostly trying to make smaller griffins. The evening has fallen and it's later. It's dark. There's a rap at the door to the room where you're staying. The large stall turned into a nice opulent room.
Mm-hmm.
Without waiting for your acquiesce of entry, the door is pushed open. In walks.
You must be by 4 o'clock.
In walks a very old griffin. Feathers have gone from black to edgings of gray around the ends of them. One eye, seeing lots of battle, is actually scarred and a bit cataract. The beak is slightly, it's got several marks in it from where you can tell that he's had plenty of time clawing and clashing with others. Again, unlike you with your gloves and things on, he walks with bared feet and talons. He walks into the room and he says, in kind of an older, raspy voice.
Says an old, I'm sorry, I lost that part.
Raspy voice, an older, raspy voice.
Yes, got it.
I understand that you desire to leave and seek another path, and not accept another to ride upon you in battle. Do I have the take of this correct?
Stand up and, trying to look more dignified really isn't going to work at this point. So I say, just, boom, bow down, beak clacking against the floor to show respect. And elder, in all candor, I'm in a very difficult place in my life. My rider was also my greatest friend, and I find my ability to serve as a Sky Warden is deeply impaired by her loss. I feel she is irreplaceable, and so is serve in an effective capacity.
You see him blink and nod his head. I have known this loss that you have upon you. Do not wish it upon any of us, the children of the sky that we are. Understand that if you seek this path, we will not prevent you. We will not stop you. You will see and have our aid. But know that it would be a great loss to our numbers to have you leave.
I have often thought of myself as more of a problem maker than a great advantage to the Sky Wardens, despite my reputation, I think that I'm shocked to hear that you'd feel that way.
He gives a
Elder.
Good.
Yeah, Elder. I very simply, I feel lost. I've had something manifest inside me from a power that others have not been able to name. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what it wishes to do to me or with me. But it does not feel as if it is the Skywarden way to stay idle when faced with a crisis, whether military or emotional. I need to do something.
He walks a pace closer, mere feet away from you. And he says to you in that same, I am Abaddon. Gave that to you.
Mm-hmm.
And
do I know his reputation?
You do. And this would be like seeing a great war hero just came to make a personal appearance to you.
Oh, man. I got visited by De Niro. Cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
He says, I once rode into battle with a man upon my back. We felled many a beast that crawled from the chasm, fought many a war, clashed with many demons and other creatures, put them down. I was haughty, was he. We found ourselves on the losing side one day. They closed rank in on us, flanking us from both the north and the south. We rallied and tried to come back, but the horns sounded, calling for retreat. As I dove through the air, diving towards the ground, the creature was upon me before I knew it. I spun and raked my claws across his belly, spilling him open in the sky. But it was already too late. I saw the talons of that great creature, that demon, had pierced my rider's chest, smote him to the ground as though he were. And as he fell, I knew I had my vengeance. But it was already too late for my rider.
Our tales are similar in that respect, I think, but
I strode this world alone for a long time. Like you did. Alone, lonely. No companion could fill the place. Thought of leaving, doing something else with my. And then I met a man. This time there was no demon that took him. It was just age. But he was the greatest man that I had ever known. I won't tell you to stay with us. Pick a rider. I will say that your journey is yours to make. And I just simply hope that you will not regret it upon your days when your feathers like mine have grayed. I know there will always be a home here with the Skywardens, no matter what decision you make. He takes one of his big. He's a lot larger than you. The blacks are larger than the blues by nature. He takes one of his great big claws and he puts it gently on your shoulder. And he says, no matter where you go, you have the blessing of Abaddon. Be safe. Find those that will fill the hole. And he kind of nods his head at you and puts his hand down and turns and starts to head out of the room.
Well, that's going to take me a while to process.
Day breaks on the Silken Sash and on the Skywarden Outpost. You have not heard from your friends since yesterday, when you all enjoyed cinnamon, sugar, and toast. Bread.
Cinnamon toast.
You know where Harker Demlin is going to be. You, Larry, may have an idea of where your friends are because they kind of told you where they'd be going.
I figured I could probably find them by the screaming, but it is a big town.
It is a large place.
I mean, well, as I come out and check out from the landings, look for any unplanned fires. No,
Doesn't seem to be going on right now.
All right, that's not them.
It's only dawn. I mean, give us time.
Give us time. Let us
only
finish
8.
breakfast.
There's
first.
there's no arson before like.
Yeah.
Oh, God, if you
zoning?
commit arson
Okay.
before noon, you clearly have a problem.
Yeah.
God.
You'll
God.
need counseling. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I have the arson song, the arson lullaby stuck in my head. All right. You
Stretches.
wait to hear the sound
exercises.
of the key being turned in the lock. The door opens. Standing before you is, once again, Gafton Kane. Cane in hand, robes different today, but still very nice. He smiles. Looks at Yenfear for a moment and goes, "Did you ever get in talk with your mother?"
Ooh.
What?
He tosses the cane from one hand to the other and he goes, "I'm the owner of the place. You think there's anything that goes on here that I don't know about?" Not likely. It's all right.
Why'd
Keeps
you
me
lock
on my
us?
toes.
Why'd you lock us in the room?
Yeah. In case we were raided in the middle of the night, to protect you. Oh?
We can't defend ourselves?
To protect myself from being murdered while I sleep.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Well, I believe you've got a job to do.
Yay.
And he stands back from the door and he kind of says, gives you the motion thing.
All right. I'm going.
My Twitch stream is over there, so I'm going to do this. Hey, guys, if you're with us in Twitch, don't forget we're doing a game giveaway at the end of the night. We'll be doing a giveaway for Running with Rifles, tactical shooter. It got a 78% with Metacritic, is a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
All of positive reviews, 88% positive reviews. We will be giving that away at the end of the night. What we'll be doing is giving a keyword drawing. So when we'll give you the keyword, type it in, it will draw a person. Please enter only once. And you have to be in the chat and active. But hey, who doesn't like a free game? Right? Anybody? Okay. All right. He has waved you out of the realm.
Okay,
Out of the realm.
Out of the realm.
I have gone out of the room.
Excellent. All right, so you exit the room. The rest of you take it are following suit, or are you standing back watching Gafton?
I'm riding in.
You're like riding Yenfear's coattails.
All right.
Like nut to butt, just walking out.
Has Lucky not tried to pickpocket him yet?
Who, Gafton Kane?
Yeah.
No way.
You scared or something?
Yes.
Good, you should be.
No, I'm not. I was just told not to do it for a while by someone.
What's that?
What's
I
that?
was told to be good. I was told to behave for a little while, so I'm gonna behave for a
Oh
little
my
while.
god, he's actually listening.
He's learning.
Oh
I'm so proud.
my, I'm so
You
surprised.
exit and head down the stairs to what is a very familiar sight for you, Yenfir. The large entryway foyer, like waiting area, the entertaining area that is for public consumption. You see that there has been a table that's been spread out, and there is food from one end to the other. All sorts of bacon, and there's eggs, there's fresh biscuits and some rolls. There's all sorts of manner of food laid out upon there. You see all of the courtesans sitting around and enjoying breakfast. They have some tables and some seats aside for you guys. None of the seats, though, are together. They're all spread out.
Alrighty then. Well, enjoy your breakfast, guys.
Gafton puts a strong hand on your shoulder. I believe you're going to be eating breakfast with us, aren't you?
Yeah, sure, why not?
That's a good boy. Enjoy. The potatoes are especially good. And he sits down at the end of the table and starts piling food on. He has his fork poised. I said sit down!
I sit very fast.
I don't like how
Rude.
touchy he is.
What's that?
I don't like how touchy he is with Infear.
Well, try to kick up a stink about it. You'll...
It's rude not to take an invitation when you're at a man's home. Eat.
Well,
And he starts tucking into his own plate. He was like already at the table, like piling food in.
Free food, guys.
Annalise will take her plate and head over to the least populated table.
It's one big table.
It's one big table? Okay.
Yeah. And they're not sitting in each other's laps close to each other. There's room enough, but you will have to sit between two unknown factors, at least unknown to you.
She is going to
sit down, start eating.
You sit down and start eating.
Yeah, she'll sit down and kind of just keep a wary eye, politely take her hat off, which of course allows all of that black hair to fall out.
Just cascade.
I don't think I've ever seen you with your hat off.
No, probably not. There's a reason for that.
What's the reason?
She's gonna pull her mask down because she's about to start eating and look at him and be like, does this look like the face of an adventurer to you? It doesn't. By the way, it doesn't. She looks exactly like a noble.
Porcelain skin, or not porcelain, but perfectly ivory skin, just beautiful, like no marring whatsoever. Hair, even though it's been within the hat, falls perfectly down in like that, the way that a fantasy drawing would be.
Just as pretty as Yenfear.
I was gonna say, well, Yenfear looks like that.
Yenfear, apparently you're a noble now. Did you know this?
That's so nice. Thank you.
Are you a noble, Annalise?
Yes. Or I was.
Ooh. So, Gafton, what do you do around here?
He starts like, are you bloody joking?
Well, like, what's like your day-to-day life like? You just like cane around with your cane?
I'm sorry, he's really dumb.
He's quite
Oh, sorry,
My
simple.
day-to-day,
Simple.
my day-to-day business is none of yours.
Whoa, forgive me for getting to know you better. Jeez.
If I want to know you better, I'd hire you to work here.
Ooh, does it pay
You
well?
interested?
Lucky,
Never
we
seen
have previous engagements.
I don't like land sport, you know.
Well, if you're ever looking to make some coin, I'm always room for frail the elf thing.
Oh, I have my thing off now, by the way, if that changes.
Breakfast passes. You guys get up, and he kind of claps, and you watch as all of the courtesans gather up all of the dishes, the food, and stuff like that. They leave the room, heading back to another area, which you assume is the kitchen.
I have stuffed some bread, bacon
Into
You-
where?
into
You-
my bag.
Oh,
You've taken some of it? Okay.
Yes.
of course.
Nobody
Some
says
sort of
anything.
rule. Some
Nobody
sort of
says anything about it. Excuse me. They all leave the room, and there's a moment of silence. The one person who wasn't at the table was Rose.
rule.
Hmm.
I'm bothered.
Russell.
Yes.
He says, "So, you got to take care of that thing for me today, or will you take care of it tomorrow?
We'll take care
I
of
prefer
it.
the sooner the better."
We'll take care of it.
Good.
We're not going to rush
Dude.
something that could be a delicate operation. You wouldn't want something to go amiss, would you?
Indeed. I would not.
Should we tell him you sent us or no?
Probably not.
Like, you don't want to be like, this is for fucking with what's-his-face.
In that voice, exactly.
I would prefer you didn't.
Okay.
You see him take a piece of parchment out from his belt, which is a silken sash, and he unfurls it. He reads over it for a moment and furls it back up, and he offers it over to. He starts to offer it to Yenfir and then stops, and hands it over to Annalise.
She'll take it and open it.
Contract. It says in there, upon completion of the retrieval of one item, and it says in there a circlet, and it gives a very good description on what it is, that it's imbued with magic, so that way it can't be replicated, what type of magic it is, and the effect of it, which equates to giving someone advantage on charisma-based checks.
Right.
Upon return of the item that he is to pay, and he has written down the names of each individual party member, at least the first name. So it says Annalise, Yenfir, Gillet, Arneth, and Lucky. 300 gold pieces.
That
Per
was-
person.
Okay.
Yeah, it does say 300 pieces each, right?
Per person, yes.
That's a big paycheck, guys.
Upon reneging on the contract, all agreements are null and void. They must pay back to the tune of 10,000 gold pieces, or work off the debt for Gafton Kane.
Annalise is going to look at Yenfir for a moment. And then I would like to search for any loopholes for Gafton to fuck us.
Give me an intelligence check. Give me an insight check, actually. That's what I would like for you to do.
16.
This seems to be ironclad. In there, even, and I apologize, I forgot to mention this. In there is actually a reduction of the debt to the tune of 2,000 gold pieces for one Rose Tandrak.
Do you need all of our signatures or just mine?
That's up to them. Do you feel that she represents you in this endeavor?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
What? Then your signature will be enough. Make sure that you understand that you are binding the rest of them to the contract with your signature.
Is this magically binding?
It might
He
as
just kind of
well be.
arches an eyebrow.
Just give me sight beyond sight.
Actually, that's a pretty good point. That's a good point. Please do it.
Yes.
Every
Yes.
time I do it, I'm going to say that.
The
And I look at the paper.
parchment is magical.
Ooh.
You afraid we're gonna cross you or something?
Yes. Quite
That's
honestly.
reasonable.
Yes.
Wow.
It's a fool who trusts everybody who comes across him with a deal.
After all the
I look
past
to
we've
be a
had.
great fool to you.
There will be one change to this agreement, Gafton. Should we renege on this deal at all, Rose's debt, Yenfir's debt, and everybody else's debt is mine alone. You will let them go free.
Why would I do that? When I could have 5 patsies instead of just 1.
Well, she is a noble.
So are you, right?
The half-brother of a whore? Please. I am the full-blood noble. Not only am I a full-blood noble, but I belong to the Church of Castalia.
He kind of thinks for a second.
And I am the daughter of the legendary hunter Gascoigne. And you think that alone is not worth those 5 people and their debts?
I'll free your 3 friends. Rose, my boy Yenfir, and you're mine.
If we renege? Fine.
If you renege.
And she'll make the change on the document itself.
You go to write on it, your ink doesn't stay. It actually beads up. He just kind of chuckles and he goes, "Can't have it be too careful." He offers, he takes it back from you, and you watch as he pulls a quill. The end of it kind of glows for a second, and you watch as he writes over what was there, blows on it, mutters a few words, and then hands it back to you, and it is now modified to show that should the party renege on the deal, that he basically owns Annalise, Yenfir, and Rose. Everybody else is free to go.
What if the thing is broken or gone?
Bring me what you can. Find out what you know. And we'll see what we can do from there. Are we of an accord?
She takes the quill and signs her name.
Lovely. There's a shimmer on the paper, and you feel like a ring being fit to your finger, and this actually slips over all of you who are there. So Yenfir, Gillet, Arneth, Lucky, you look at your finger, but there's nothing there. But you feel like something was slipped over your finger. And it's like, that's weird.
Weird. I feel like something was just slipped over my finger.
Yeah. He kind of looks at you and goes, funny that. He takes the scroll, rolls it up, and tucks it back into.
She'll lean forward to Gafton over the table with the saw cleaver on the table. She says, "Don't fuck with me." And then she'll turn and walk out of the brothel.
Goodbye.
Well,
All right.
slowly back out.
I'm leaving.
Bye, Kate.
Wait a minute. No, I'm not. Where's Rose?
In her room, I assume. She's been taken to having her meals.
Can I say goodbye?
Certainly. You know where it's at.
Sure.
And he actually doesn't impede you, lets you go up to the room.
Can I go too?
That's up to Yenfear if they want you to tag along.
Hey, you want to say goodbye with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
You make your way to her room. The door is actually open, and she's sitting at her vanity. There is a small plate of food, mostly like fruits and some potatoes on there. You walk in, and she stands, and she's still in her sleepwear. Lovely gown. It kind of flows again all the way to the ground. She sees you, and she says, "So, did he have you sign a contract for this job?"
Yes.
Of course he did. Why am I asking? It's a dumb question. All right. What were the details? What do you know of the contract, not the deal? I know what he's like having you seek.
Wait, before I say anything, I guess he saw me when I came the other day.
You mean last night?
Yeah.
She says, "Of course he did."
How?
My assumption is that he's scrying on my room whenever he pleases.
Do you have paper and quill?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Yenfear,
What?
he's scrying on me often. There's a certain group of individuals who pay a fee to... Anyways, yes, I have paper. Just a moment. And she goes over to her vanity and opens up one of the drawers, and she pulls parchment, quill, and ink out.
Okay. So I'll kind of write down like the gist of the contract and everything, and I'll let her read it over. And then I'll kind of write for her to be careful what she says, especially, you know, around the whole killing him deal. He's gonna mention that he'll just send her messages from now on, like magically.
Okay.
Yeah.
She reads it over. You see her furrow her brow, and she frowns deeply at the renegotiated terms of the renege on the deal. She doesn't say anything, but when she's done reading it, she takes the parchment and goes over to one of the sconces, and she burns it, you know, putting the ashes into the bin.
Okay. Well, goodbye for now. I'm sure I'll be back soon, hopefully.
Please be safe. Return to me safe.
I'm always safe.
Arnett,
Don't fucking say a thing, Arnett.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm going to go over and hug Mom, and like drag Yenfear into the hug as well.
Yeah, she embraces you both, and she looks at you, Arneth, and she touches her finger to the tip of your chin, and she says, "You take care of him. He's my only one."
Of course. I'll make sure he stays out of too much trouble.
She also asks you before you leave, as you're turning to leave, she goes, "Yenfear, one more thing. The keepsake that I gave you from your father. You still have it?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I'll grab the ring and I'll hold it over to her.
She holds on to it for a moment and she just kind of looks at it and she kisses the. She goes, "Please wear it." And she hands it back because I think you weren't wearing it. You had it like in your pocket.
No, I just kind of kept it.
But she
on
says,
my-
"Please wear it for me, if you would."
Sure.
It's a little big when you slip it on. You're like, okay, you can kind of twirl it a little bit. And as you go to turn it about the third time, it suddenly seems to fit
A
just
lot
right.
better. All right. Nice.
Seems to fit just right.
Excellent.
All right. The party is gathered now in the foyer, and as you exit the building, Ash, give me a perception check. You will have advantage since it is sight. And as a griffin, you have advantage on those.
So shall it be. I shall now go to here.
Roll the dice.
To here. The dice will be right. Perception. Apparently, I'm still washing up.
You're kind of looking here and there. You're not really seeing anything of interest, or at least not the party, at least what you're looking for. All right, you guys heading toward the dock ward, correct? Towards the Shadowed Well. All right. The landscape of Lanceport is like a trough. So it's lower in the middle where the market, and it's higher on each end. So when you're walking, you're actually walking uphill. But you see lying open before you the port. It's not it's what you would think. There's not a long wharf or docks. It's very narrow. The ships are close up to the pier. This holds about, I'd say there's about 12 to 14 different spots for ships to dock. You see more out in the ocean away. There's not really a bay here at Lanceport. It's just right up against the land and the ocean. You find them, you easily walk up and down, and you can find the location known as the Shadowed Well pretty easily. It's the sign on it looks a bit old. The place itself looks as though it's gotten tired of trying to hold itself up, and so now it just kind of sat here and there. The wood that was once probably a vibrant color has weathered to gray, and it's, you can see where there's some warping at certain parts of the wood, which have shingle tiles that overlay, kind of like a New England home would have. The door is closed. The windows are darkened right now. It's still probably only about 10 in the morning or so, but you can definitely see that at night this would be kind of one of where it's located at would be one of the mainstays for people coming off of the boats to come and have a drink.
Could possibly go wrong.
All right. You were standing at the door. What are you doing?
I'm going to start looking for my group.
Excellent. All right. Can you guys give me just a few minutes? I need to AFK. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back. All right? Let everybody grab drinks or whatever, and then we'll be right back.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
All right, everybody. I will be in the stream chat over on Twitch. AMA.
AMA, yeah.
Why doesn't anyone ever ask what could possibly go right?
Yeah.
Because everything's going to go right, of course.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for the next battle because I have a funny idea.
I am so looking forward to your great idea.
See, it's a Ryan good idea, not a lucky good idea.
Oh.
An important distinction.
It is a very important distinction.
It really is.
Yeah,
Lucky's
it
good
really,
idea
really is.
are annoying as hell. Ryan's good idea are
Yeah.
funny as hell.
Also,
I, ju-
10 out
I
of
just
10.
described him.
10 out of 10 for the three of you not speaking up when she changed that contract, by the way. Good job,
Yeah.
guys. Good job.
I feel like
Yeah,
I'm done
yeah.
questioning everything everyone does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some cake, so I'll be back.
You do what you gotta do.
Cake.
I wish I had cake.
Described Lucky to Mercedes Lackey, by the way. I said, well, okay, this is what Lucky is like. He's somebody who actually has the feat Lucky. And so he's had it all of his life. So as a result, he's never had the pressure of having to make good decisions.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's really funny. The way I see it is he's so unlucky that he's just kind of like, meh, gave up on trying to do good a long time ago.
Honestly, Larry, I'm trying to figure out if Annalise is just gonna straight up admit what the hell they did in the courtroom. Or just let it go. Because, like...
scheme.
Well, you may be surprised at the response you get out of it.
She is expecting the worst.
Yeah, you've been with Lucky a while.
She's expecting the worst, but like for her it's an honor thing. It's like we didn't know what to do at the time and he had this available and we are going to pay you back every red cent and then some.
It's actually got a whole different implication than that. And that's the part I think would surprise you. It's really not about the money in this case. It's about what you were acting as when you did it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Do you get what I'm
Yep.
saying?
No, absolutely. She knows. She knows because she's hunted down people who have pretended to be part of the church.
No, it's just the opposite way. We're on record as having worked together on behalf of the Sky Wardens, which means that when you signed that, you were effectively deputized already.
Shit. Well, it's a good thing Lucky signed that.
Yep, Lucky. You're
Good thing
gonna
Lucky
be my
signed that with
special
a
friend.
fake name. Haha.
Mm,
We are in
Yeah.
so much trouble.
yeah, Lucky.
But yeah, no, Annalise is trying to figure out if she's like, okay, if I see Ash, we're gonna have to fucking tell him. This is not gonna go well.
All right.
The other
Thank you,
thing
everyone.
you're probably
Apologize. I have a
you're
tyrant.
probably also not expecting a totally emo Ash when you see him, but yeah.
Down the rabbit hole.
Or
We're still waiting
Well,
for
there
Jack
were holes
and
in-
Chief to get back. Chief went for a
Excellent. I apologize. Sometimes I have to take a break there.
yep.
Once again, at the end of the night, we'll be doing a giveaway. I'll be giving away Running with Rifles. It is a game. Did really well as far as the Metacritic data, as well as the reviews from Steam. It's been around for a few years, but it's a tactical shooter where you start off as one of the guys in the field and you work your way up through the ranks and things like that. So it looked interesting, and I thought maybe that I would give that away.
Yeah, it looks
That's
very
cool.
XCOM-y.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of. I didn't see if they had a lot of base evolution like they did with the original XCOM. And I have the newer one, but I played the one that was out in the 90s. And
Let's read the key features. Hundreds of locations to explore from treacherous towns, deserts to snowy valleys.
hundreds of locations.
Oh,
Emergent
yeah.
AI that will question if you're as smart as you think you are. Realistic cover system.
Wow.
Dozens of different
Notepad
weapons,
could do
support,
that
and
for
cover
me.
items. Radio calls and vehicles. Sign
Okay, I'm
up.
back.
Too busy. Okay.
Yep, not at all as smart as we think we are.
Yeah,
That's basically what it's saying. It's like, you think you're smart, but the AI will call you dumb.
the AI will call you on your shit.
Yeah.
What I just heard.
Dark Souls.
No, Dark Souls, that's the developers being like, oh, you think you know what is going to happen in a game? You think you know how boss battles go? Well, here's 4 bosses all at once. Fuck you.
Honestly, that was the easiest fight out of all of the lords for me. Because I had a really high DPS build. And
Usually
the Four
like
Kings.
wide arcing swords. Ah!
Well, the Four Kings is a DPS race. You can actually just defeat them without having more than one of them spawn at a time.
I played that with my friend Eli, and we played it co-op all the way through. When we got to the Four Kings, it must have taken us like 13 or 14 different times to beat those god darn a-holes. Oh boy.
No, my
and then
hardest...
we beat Ornstein and Smough like nothing because there was 2 of us, and he's like, wow, this is an easy boss. I don't know why it's so notorious. And I wanted to strangle him to death.
Yes, because Ornstein and Smough fucking 1v2 is a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, it's even a pain in the ass when you bring Solaire in.
Yeah, you think I'm annoying. If Eli was playing, oh boy.
I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of things that are not related to necessarily Dire Bear, but I did want to give them a shout out because I want to pimp them for a minute. The first is World Anvil. If you haven't had a chance, you should check it out. If you have an original world in your head and you need some place to write it down, but all your notes get scattered, yes, I'm looking at you, Crafty Kiernanos. World Anvil is the perfect place to do that. It allows you to build your world from the galaxy down to the planet, down to the land masses, down to the kingdoms within them, down to the individual cities. They also have places for you to build out your original creatures and things like that. It's a fantastic set of tools. Check them out. World Anvil is the name of it. They are fantastic. That's what we use to keep all of our notes on Kyreth and everything else like that. The other thing that I like to point out is a game. It's called Dreadnought. And it is awesome. It is free to play, and I will just sum it up with this. Galactic Cruisers. It is a giant map battle of your starship versus somebody else's starship, like 5-on-5 or 6-on-6 battles, and they have different various sizes of dreadnoughts, destroyers, cruisers, corvettes, tactical artillery units. I mean, it is fantastic, and if you need to, you need to get your hands on it. If you've ever played any of the World of Warships, World of Tanks, World of Planes, any of those, this is like that, but it's so much better because it is not space. It is not pay to win. Literally anything that's in the game, there aren't any super golden gunshots or anything else like that you have with some of them. The only thing you can do from purchasing the stuff is update your skins. There are ships that you can buy with the gold to get extra XP, but overall, it's not going to allow you to do anything other than unlock the next tier, which if you're not any good, you're going to get mowed down anyways. So with that being said, again, I want to thank everybody. If you would like to see us succeed in this endeavor that is Dire Bear, remember that we do have a Patreon. Please go and visit patreon.com/DireBearAC, and you can join the adventuring company. You will get all sorts of fun updates and things like that. There is also, if you would like to play a game with me, one of custom made for you in any game system of your choice. Even if I don't know it, I will learn it. I will be your GM. I am a GM for hire. That is what I do. That I've built this. So please tell me you'd like to play.
And that is basically the plug that I wanted to make, which is part of the reason why I joined up with Dire Bear, is to help make all of you aware of what a good game master and what a good group this is, so that you would pay some more attention to them and help them be more successful. It's a good bunch of folks that ought to be supported, and they're they're already awfully nice, but I think they will move on to the capital I important level of online live play role playing.
I hope so. If you have a chance, we'd love to have you subscribe, but we were just happy to have you follow us. So get your friends involved. Follow, it doesn't cost you anything, and we would greatly appreciate it. We'll be doing more art giveaways. We are only, I think we're only a scant, like 18 followers from our next 100 follower giveaway, or our first 100 follower giveaway. So get people involved. We have free art and stuff like that. We want to give you things. Why would you not want to follow us?
Yes.
With that being said, let's get back into the game.
I'm here for you.
You're standing
Fine.
outside, and Larry, I appreciate it. Larry, go ahead and give me one more perception check, please.
You bet. I mean, at this time, I'm kind of actually looking. I've gotten cleaned up at this point, and kind of had my mind on, oh, okay, well, we were going to get back together today.
Oh, that's right. Those people that need me.
And here I
Excellent.
am.
Um,
And my perception check is
24.
Oh, there it was. Oh, I got it.
You spot them a little further towards the dock side than you would have expected them to be, but there they are standing in front of what you suspect is maybe a tavern of some sort. The whole thing looks as though, like I said, I gave you the perfect description. It looks like it's tired of standing and has started to sag upon itself. It has had enough of this world, and therefore it's fallen upon itself a bit.
I must
The
go.
place,
People
the
I
come.
must
place of
go.
drunkenness is drunk. The place of
Building
I
list
see-
to the
yeah,
left.
Yeah. The place of drunkenness is drunk.
This is not inaccurate. Currently, there do not seem to be any patrons, but this, to those of you standing outside of it, this gives you very much the idea that if someone were to be thrown from this bar, there would not be great concern so much as there would be raucous laughter. Raucous laughter would follow any sort of folly here. You watch as are you going to make your presence known. You can see them all now standing there.
Well, I mean, if there are any dragons or the type in the air, I'll air flirt with them on the way. And
Seems to be a quiet morning for air traffic, unless you want to flirt with one of the flying ships that's docked up above the sky.
nah.
I don't think the crew would enjoy.
When I'm talking hung, I don't mean gondolas. So,
What is he
what they meant by
doing to our
docking.
26-pound cannons? Oh my god! I'm not swabbing that out.
Boo!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! All right.
That griffin ain't right.
That griffin needs help. All right.
Yes, I am going to be there. I'm going to swoop on around, make sure that my shadow falls over them first.
It's not. Yeah, you're blanketed by this shadow that flies over you. No, you're pretty used to it by now. It's more of a, Ash.
Yeah. That's how he announces he's here to you now.
Annalise.
As opposed to just boom. Hey guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the police cruiser that comes up and drives right next to you instead of turning on its lights. Yeah, this is me being subtle. Yeah.
Annalise, I think Ash is back. What do we do?
Say nothing.
Okay.
Swing around.
I'm gonna have to make guilt check a thing in here.
we are going
That's
to
always
get
going
the
to be a
money.
high roll.
We're going to get the money, and we're going to take it to the Sky Wardens and tell them it's for his account, and not say a fucking word.
Agreed.
How much money do you wait? Wait.
Nothing happened.
Should I
That's
be
a
Nothing's
making-
wrong.
fucking lie.
Give me a deception check, Lucky.
I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying
We're
to.
not.
Oh, okay.
We're not.
I'm like implying nothing is wrong.
Everything is
Fine.
fine.
We're gonna handle it. Don't
Don't wanna
worry.
Am I going to do a perception check against that?
I don't know. I don't know that you had landed yet to hear the part. I think they saw your shadow and they were hushed quickly having this conversation before you landed.
Annalise. Laugh loudly.
This is the moment that tests friendships, and I love it.
Yes, Yennefer.
How much do you owe? What?
Everything's fine.
I didn't ask you. I don't remember saying your name.
Why are you being so mean to me?
We may owe 500 gold.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
See, nothing's wrong. That's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot.
I mean, we're each getting paid 300, so between the two of us, it's paid back as soon as we finish this job for Captain Kane anyway.
Do you want a bracelet?
The 100 gold that's left over for my half, or my share, because, well, we really kind of screwed the pooch, as it were. However, if we can just get this show on the road and I can get paid and get this dealt with and I no longer have to worry about this, it'd be great!
Alright. It's
try
about
to,
that time.
Try to, say this as quickly as possible before Ash lands.
Because it is about that time you hear the sound of as the wings catch and you you feel it as he lands behind you guys.
Hi, nice to see you again.
It is, isn't it?
It's been a while.
What's the saying? 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. I'm just saying.
I wonder which 2 it'll be.
You all look... You look all...
Great, let's move. Come on, we got work to do.
Something happened, didn't it?
Did Arneth and I get toast on the way here?
Yeah.
We made a special stop just for you.
Dang it.
No! Vetoed by the DM.
Yes. Yes, something happened, but it's...
I lost my virginity.
Don't lie.
I don't believe.
I'm not sure if they believe that A, you didn't lose it, or B, you had it to begin with, so therefore you didn't lose it this time around. I'm not sure which is less offensive.
No. We merely had to sign a contract to do something for somebody, and if something goes wrong, well, not all of us get to walk free.
I see. You know what I think we should do? There's an unused dock right over here. See this little one right here? There's an unused dock right out here, and we should all go out to the end of this small unused dock to discuss this, because you're being very, very vague at a time when you really should be very specific. But out on that dock, there just aren't as many ears to listen in.
That's fine.
Mm.
We gotta
Let's
get to
go.
work. Come on, guys. Pay attention.
I think we should fill him in because we might need him.
Well, he can come along.
I've been filled in all night, and it was wonderful, but I think I need information now.
Okay.
Jesus.
Lucky, if you wouldn't mind leading us down towards the dock, and she is going to walk next to him, and just do not say a word. Just agree with whatever the fuck I say.
Good.
You know my hearing's good, right?
You make it your way to the end of the dock, finding one that is the least amount of occupied.
I figured there'd probably be a bunch, and it's morning, so fishing fleets are out. So,
right. All right. So you find a quiet end of one dock to have a talk.
Okay, here's the basics and the very specifics that you're asking for. Captain Kane decided that he wanted something from the Arcadium. Harkin Demlin got it for him and then reneged on the deal. He wants us in exchange for reducing one of the working girls' debt and making sure that we can leave with Yinfir, we are to retrieve said item from Harkin Demlin.
Okay, at that point, you'll notice he doesn't have his shields on. He's not really wearing any armor to speak of, and he's leaning on one of the posts at this time, just going tiddle-tick, tiddle-tick, tiddle-tick. I need clarifications, please.
You'll have to be specific on what you want clarified, because some of that information is not mine to divulge.
All right, then I will encourage group participation. So, when you say get an item, please define the item and get. Because usually someone says, a lovely teapot in got an item.
We're stealing it back.
Well, I mean, what if there's another way to get it back? We're getting it back by any means necessary.
We're trying to reacquire a circlet that would make people more amiable to the one wearing it.
That was stolen in the first place.
From the Arcadium.
From the
For
Arcadium,
Gafton
yes.
Kane.
Yes.
From the Arcadium, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It was a part of the Arcadium's displays.
That we
kind of, sort of, maybe.
Something like that.
We weren't given...
It was part of the collection for sure.
Yes. Oh, Arcadium. Sorry.
Arcadium, let me be more specific. Was this something that was paid for and had a receipt involved?
You know, we don't make deals like that. Especially not Gafton.
At one
You're
point,
fairly certain that
probably.
Gafton had a contract.
Gafton had a contract.
Yeah, he had a contract.
Because he made us sign the same, a relative same deal. However, we changed
Along the same lines.
we changed the terms.
So in the span of only 3 meals, you've gotten yourself into 2 major theft conspiracies.
Technically only one, because it's still the same conspiracy.
Well, I mean, I didn't...
Also...
My hands were tied on this one.
But why? Besides your mom, why do you owe this guy so much?
There's a mother and hands being tied.
Okay.
Is this the relationship you have with your mother? I'm not judging.
No. It's... Okay. Let me explain.
Larry double entendre Dixon.
I am.
So... My mother works for Gafton Kane.
And what is a Gafton Kane?
A man.
About 5 feet.
About 5 feet, give or take.
About 5'3".
A man who can't be trusted. He runs the Silken Sash.
And the Silken Sash is a haberdashery?
A brothel.
Eyes pin a little. Oh.
Yes. So...
You don't think they would cater to nothing against the Griffins at all, but you're pretty sure they don't cater to your kind.
Mm-hmm. So in order to...
For your raucousness.
So in order to help my mother with her debt, I have to do this for him.
Personal question. Was your mother in debt to the brothel for services rendered?
I don't think that's information anybody needs to know. Her debt is her business, and the fact that she is being held there because of it needs to be dealt with.
Held there because of held at a brothel because of the debt.
She's working off her debt, and I'd rather her not work in that line of work anymore. So, in order to have her debt, I don't know. I don't even know how much she owes.
Erased.
There are questions.
Expunged.
There are questions of legality in this. If she has agreed to a payment in kind, then that is her own business. It sounds as if you're superseding on her behalf in order to reduce the duration of that writ or the cost. Am I correct?
I was under the impression Yinfir was part of the payment.
No. If you complete the job, there is a reduction in the debt that is owed to him from her.
If we renege,
If you renege on the contract, Annalise, Yenfear, and Rose
Remain owned by.
were not
Gap
necessarily
and
owned, but they are indebted to him until they can work off the debt.
Which is
And
basically
unfortunately,
owned.
which is like pretty much indefinite.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
Because it's 10,000 gold pieces.
Yep.
Again, I've been around. I've seen a lot from a lot of altitudes and a lot of places, and I'm understanding that in the span of just one night, you managed to be involved in a theft of an Acadium artifact and a 10,000 gold piece debt. You're amazing.
I don't even think he's offended. I think he's perplexed and amazed.
Well, I
No.
mean, this was
We're
long
pretty
standing.
talented.
So if we could just
Yeah, and
Get
to
going.
be fair, it was that or all of us. And I'm not about to let those who.
Are
You care
you
about?
saying this was an all for one and one for all effort? That's
I wanna-
heroic.
I'm
Hold
not.
on, Annalise was about to admit that they care about us.
No, I
Go
wasn't.
on.
no, I wasn't.
I was. We are not pulling the Deadpool cable moment. It's not
I
happening.
have not seen Deadpool 2 yet.
It's
Well,
not happening.
Rely on.
Ah,
You rely
I
on
haven't
us.
seen
Yes,
it.
that's it.
I know that we all love each other. That's a given because we're all quite lovable. But it's the debt I'm concerned about. And
If we complete this, the debt doesn't matter.
Yeah.
well, it seems to me that there may be a ridiculously high amount of criminal activity involved in this.
Yes, Ash.
Listen,
That's
do you
part
wanna
of the
help?
reason why.
That's fine. But if this makes you uncomfortable, I understand.
Well, you see, here's the thing about it is that because we are on record as having worked together in the official books of the Sky Wardens, you're considered a friendly. Are you
Sweet.
following the implications of this?
Yeah, we can get away with illegal stuff easier.
No, it also means
No.
that you will be thrown in the deepest, darkest of holes if you're involved in criminal activities.
I've been in some pretty dark holes. No double entendres there.
No double
No,
entendre
with
there.
this party, there's always.
Yes.
Always.
If it'll free my mother, I don't care.
There's,
So you're saying we should take this entire issue to the Sky Wardens?
I think it's a bit late for that. We
We
already signed
can't.
a magical contract.
we can't.
But you've already spoken to me about it, so you've involved me in it.
To be fair, Aj, we didn't want to speak to you about it. Because we didn't want to involve you, because we don't want to involve the Sky Wardens. Because, quite frankly, you are a prestigious breed. And we wouldn't want to tarnish your reputation.
Tell me more.
Isn't it great
Keep
when this is
going.
going?
You can hear the sound of his ego being inflated.
Aj, I have the greatest respect for you.
Hmm.
Aw.
Okay? And I like to follow the law to the letter. However, to properly deal with this issue, I'm going to have to step outside of the law.
This is permitted under certain circumstances, but we need to understand its exact nature before I know what force I can bring to bear on it. Is your mother there against her will? Was she put under this contract under duress?
She'd never tell you yes, but I guess I don't know.
I need a definitive answer, or need to have permission to bring in someone the definitive answer.
Yenfir, from what you know, the contract and the way that it is worded is binding against your will or not, and it's the same way for every one of them that you know. The only reason you were not really hunted down was because you didn't have a contract on yourself at that time.
And you also probably know that the lawfulness that the Skywardens pertain to, if you will, involves consensuality versus writ of law and property value.
But it is a binding contract, legal of the law. So she is indebted to him, and this is how the contract works out to pay it off, to clear her debts and to clear her name. She is working for the Silken Sash. This is just the kind of business that it is.
All right.
So what I need to know is, have you gathered enough information to determine how to recover this item safely and legally to fulfill the contract that you incredibly foolishly agreed to?
I
That's
think
what
we're in the
we were
process of
here
doing
to
that.
do.
We don't even know if it's in one piece or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I need to know what the item is.
We
Circlet.
told you.
I did tell you it was the circlet
Yes.
that would make
Yes.
people more agreeable to the one who wears it.
Yes, I'm waiting for more details. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? Is it
It's a
easily
gold-
identifiable?
Cap.
Is it labeled?
Yes, it is. It's a gold circlet with a ruby set in the center of it, or a red stone. It's not necessarily a ruby, but a red one set in the center of it, and an oval golden piece that sits in the circlet. There is a little bit of inlay, like silver inlay, around the circlet that's done in like just nonsensical pattern. It's very pretty, but it doesn't like look like vines or anything. It just works around the thing.
So a circlet that would enable persuasion.
Yeah, persuasion, intimidation, and anything that's charisma based. Yeah.
Oh, this can be difficult.
But the sooner we start, the sooner we finish. So we should probably move.
I see. Now, whenever you say we, I would like to know if all of you think that we involves me.
Only if you want it to.
A good answer. Now, from the rest of you?
I'm
As
with
you've,
Lucky on this.
as you've
We
heard my
expect it
answer,
of you.
I would prefer if you weren't involved so as to not tarnish your reputation. But if you choose to join us, the help would, of course, be welcome.
What the rule of law is a means of affecting and modifying behavior by the imposition of a code as a standardized reference. This is what we were taught as Skywardens. That means that there are many ways to move around and through that law. And what I'm trying to determine is a way that you can get the circlet from who has stolen it and then render it unto who you were contracted to, which I can then come and confiscate back.
That works. So you know who we're giving it to, so after we give it to him, the contract is fulfilled, and you can do whatever you want with the information that you get.
This is true.
Indeed, it is.
Actually,
Now, you're trying to tell me that that is a very bad person that you want to get it to.
I mean, they keep implying it, but he seems like a pretty nice guy. He gets a little mad every now and then. He gets
Well, I mean,
kind of-
Lucky has nothing to base it off of.
He
Action.
gets snappy, but you know,
I'll fill him in on this. I've
All right.
known this man my whole life.
Which of you is literate?
All of them.
we're
Okay.
all literate.
I'd like this to be written down in a form of a note I can pass over to a colleague or two of mine to do some research.
Okay. I will write what I know about his personality, but not reveal anything that would be just to my information only. It's just like
Are you giving
basic.
the name?
Yes.
Name, location, that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
General
Suspected crimes.
disposition, general stuff that like you would pick up, you would hear if
Suspected
you
crimes.
spend long amounts of time in the.
Sure.
And I'm gonna write it in not my handwriting.
nice.
Performance check, please.
Performance check. Okay.
So, Aj is going to outright tell you, I am a Sky Warden flyer alone. Part of the reason that Sky Wardens have flyers and riders is so that the riders can infiltrate. I can pass this information along to other Sky Wardens, and their riders will investigate this while you are handling the other matter.
Just
I'd rather
make
it's.
sure
Go ahead, Yennefer. Sorry.
make sure nobody gets hurt.
Well, I cannot ever guarantee that.
The thing is, we should probably finish the contract first before we start making moves to start double crossing him. So,
Well, you see, the thing is, when you said it was a magical contract, my concern is this. If someone is unscrupulous enough to use magical contracts that are binding with certain jinn or demons or devils as enforcers, then upon their death, other contracts that they have outstanding may destroy the other parties. It's a way of keeping themselves alive. So if I just went in and harmed or killed this person, then your mother, who still has an outstanding contract, might be immolated upon the person's death.
well, that's why after we finish our contract, then you start investigating him and figuring all this other stuff out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we should finish our contract first before we start thinking about anything else. And
So please
The sooner we
give me
start that,
this
the better.
information. Yes, give me this information. As soon as I have it, I shall fly away from you. You will be freer to operate, and I'll need to give you a help code for the local constabulary, if they can be trusted.
You don't see why they wouldn't be. You don't have any. Your interaction with the local guards is you've never interacted with them. So,
All
Nothing.
right. All right.
so to your opinion, the King's Legion are as trustworthy here as they would be at the seat of Evestray. So,
Good. All right. Then I'll give you what I know of as the weekly code, at least, which was probably posted at the station. So that will help. Yes. And then when I have that information, I'm just going to leave you and wish you luck.
Thank you.
all right. There's that blast of wing, that downward beat that just jets him into the sky, and with a few more flaps, he is gone out of sight.
I'll miss him. It is weird double entendres.
Make your way over to the building again. You stand outside the door. Again, there is at least one light on that you can see, a lantern burning. It moves, bobs about as though it's being carried or something. And as you watch, the lights inside of the tavern start to light up one by one, providing a little bit more light here and there into the room. The door's still closed.
When do you want to be invisible? And should I leave?
I mean,
Well, we're
going into this lion's den right now. You sure you want to? Do you have disguise self?
No. I'd rather not be seen at all.
You know, I'm gonna disguise myself.
Okay, so you're using disguise self?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I don't know who knows me.
True.
Real quick, I don't know if everybody sees that. The internet died. Before he flew off, he did say, "You're all now, so please don't die."
Aww.
Aw.
I wave.
He's out of sight now.
Okay.
He's a fast flyer.
I'm just waving at nothing.
You're waving at the sky like a madman. All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
Before we go in, Arneth, don't we have a score to settle?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just gonna do this right now.
Should we maybe do it later before we do something important?
You know what? No, I think this might be a good time. It'll give you time to disguise yourself appropriately, and we can go over a game plan.
All right.
Well,
Also, Lucky, we are so fucked.
we're fine.
Oh,
Worst thing that
yeah.
happens is we die.
Okay, well, are you guys serious? Are you guys
Let them.
sparring right now?
You know what? Let's.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Place your
Are we-
bets. Place your bets. Place your bets.
Okay, I'll use my my packed weapon, and I'll summon. I want to do something new. I'll
You know
summon a
what,
huge
Yinfair?
maul, like a Harley Quinn style mallet.
Mauled. Giant. You watch as he takes his hands and he puts them together and he kind of gives a chuckle. And when he does his hands apart, he doesn't stop and he starts stretching his hands out, and you watch as forming out of the cold that just emanates from his hands, you watch as the giant mallet head forms, and then he puts his hand on the end of the mallet and goes and draws this giant handle out. So he has this gigantic hammer in his hand, and he's just grinning at you.
Is that
You can
excessive?
watch his vapor trails off of the ends of it. You can feel the cold emanating from it as it's just.
I'm like testing the air with it.
Lucky.
You're going down, Arneth.
Lucky.
Yeah?
Do you intend to kill me?
No!
I think what would be more fun is if you guys sparred unarmed.
Yeah.
But that's like Arneth's thing, though. That's
Are
not
you
fair.
afraid?
No,
I mean,
that's
I think you
Gillet's
could take
thing.
him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
would you rather fight me unarmed?
it's more Arneth's thing than it is my thing.
You'll be fine. I believe
You'll be
in
fine.
you.
How about this? Since he's clearly stronger than you by like a large margin, how about
Don't jinx me.
how about I just cast enhance ability or something? Even out the score a little bit.
Okay, what if I make like a smaller hammer?
Like a war hammer instead of a maul.
If you insist.
You know what?
What are you...
Arneth, honestly, if he wins against you with a weapon, we still know that you're superior when it comes to hand. But if you prove yourself in hand-to-hand when he has a weapon, you would
I
make him
suppose.
your bitch the rest of the time we're together.
This is for fun.
Yeah, it's just for fun. I'm not gonna kill you. It's
By
a
the
hammer.
way, Yinfir, I will wager 3 truths on Lucky winning.
Whoa, I like it.
If Lucky wins, you get 3 truths
3
From Yinfir.
truths.
or from Annalise.
Oh.
You gotta
But-
match the bet. Yinfir.
Mostly because with the issues with her money right now, she doesn't want to bet money.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. If Lucky loses, you get 3 truths from Annalise.
You're
Okay.
betting for me, Annalise?
She's just being nice.
Okay, what if I like? Can I make like a Kestis or something, like a fist weapon out of my pack?
All right, real quick before we get into this, because we're gonna have to wrap it up. It is 9 o'clock. Like for everybody who would like to enter to win the game, in the Twitch chat, you have to be in Twitch chat. So if you're over watching on YouTube, which let's be honest, nobody.
Yeah.
But if you are, let's come over to the Twitch TV / DireBearGM. The giveaway, the keyword is debt. DEBT, debt. Enter it now. Enter it once only, and then we will draw a winner from all of those who entered. And this time, I did say if my players would like to enter, they can. But if they would not, that's fine as well.
I'd
The
rather
keyword, though, is
Put
debt. And
in the
again,
keyword, y'all.
You
Type
have
in the
to write.
keyword in the Twitch chat.
Yes.
Keyword is debt. You have to type it into the Twitch chat for our thing to read. There you go. Crime and smallest potatoes have it. Type
There
in the
we
keyword debt for the game, and the game again is Running with Rifle, a tactical shooter.
Yeah.
Eliminate student debt.
All right. Now,
Okay.
Spell?
yes, I will let you make some kind of fist weapons. You can form boxing gloves.
All right. How about this?
I'll give you 3 truths
All right.
for Chief.
I don't
Or
have
Arna.
any like unarmed moves.
Neither do I.
Dude, just punch him. Your strength is like just way more. Just punch him.
All right. With the party squaring off, or at least 2 of the members of the party squaring off outside of the tavern that they're supposed to be infiltrating.
Should we
In
say
the
that we
middle of
move
the
to an
dock.
alleyway for this?
Yeah, that's fine. You
Yeah.
can move to an alleyway.
Yeah.
They're in the docks ward, waiting to see what happens. We're going to go ahead and draw this to a close, but we will see who our winner is. We are closing down all of the entries, so there we go. If everybody wants to win, Captain Paragon, congratulations! You have
Hey.
contact with you. I have all of your contact information to give you the key. Congratulations on winning the Running with Rifles. With that being said, thank you everybody for joining us again, Larry. We really appreciate having you here.
Pleasure to be with you.
If you guys, I will go ahead and give out some more little announcements here. Again, Hamacon here in Huntsville is coming up. I will be running a one-shot. We are finalizing the times on that. I will have pre-generated characters, and for $20 you can purchase the character, and that is a painted miniature with your color choices. We'll be set up there running those games. It is always a pleasure to have every single one of you here. We want to thank you a lot. Maddie actually just finished Anime North. Was that the one?
Yep.
And would you like to give a plug in our Twitch for the voting thing? Because I know that you have this thing with
Yes.
your Abyss
Okay.
Watcher that she dressed up as and did
Yeah.
cosplay for.
So, if you guys wouldn't mind, I've got a contest going on that I have applied for. And what I'm going to need you guys to do is you're going to need to sign up with this link.
Got it.
And then, thank you, Jack. And then what you'll do is you'll have to go in, sign up, verify your account, log yourself back in, refresh it.
Holy cow, you're in the lead.
You want to look for the one that is entitled Abyss Watchers. That is
Yeah.
me and my friend Dale.
You
I
were
think
so far in the lead.
currently
Holy
we're
cow.
at 38 and the closest next to us is at 16. I can win some money off of this, so
Mhm.
I would really appreciate if you guys would vote for me. And this goes until the 15th. So if you can remember to vote every day or even just every other day and put all 10 of your votes onto my entry, it would mean a lot. And thank you so much, guys.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Mhm.
Some more things coming up here about Dire Bear. We are working right now to do a multiple broadcast per week. We actually have a couple of games that are in session. One of them will be soon, maybe. And I have a special new thing coming up after that. Using the game system Traveler, a space-based game. So keep your eyes on that, because Dire Bear isn't just fantasy. We are also space travelers.
Sci-fi.
My goodness, I go back with Traveler so very, very far.
I like their system.
1980s.
I like their system. The new one seems very interesting. So the story so far that everybody knows, even the players know, is that they wake up and they wake up to klaxons. There's one of them that will be the captain, one will be the navigator, one will be the engineer, one will be the medical officer. There's an ensign and a marine. That is all they know when they wake up. And it is basically that they are on board a colonial ship known as the Praetor. And something has gone amiss, and it is their job to discover and uncover.
Sounds fun to me.
Hell yeah.
A demonstration of a klaxon. Okay. You can clip that if you want to. There's a klaxon.
If I may, Cap,
Absolutely.
since I am not able to work as much as I would like to, seeing as I have family matters to attend to, if you please would take a look at my Patreon. Follows are appreciated. Follows on Twitter, Twitch, or Patreon are more than appreciated. And if you're interested in any of my reward tiers, please give me a little subscribe, and I would love to tell my stories for you. Thank you very much.
Because you get nice shit like this.
Yeah, personalized postcards each month.
If you on our Twitch channel, if you check, there is our artists' social media. Please go check them out. Our artists are fantastic. We appreciate having every single one of them. We love them. With that being said, it is now upon that hour. I wish you all a good evening, and until next Monday, let's roar!
Roar.
Roar.